Last time on Wild West, The Reckoning, the Spirit Chasers, having decided to finally track down some of their Hunters Association bounties, boarded a train and headed north, well, ish, to the border between Texas and one of the disputed territories. They camped on the edge of this no man's land for the night. And just as Ed and Marcus were falling asleep, out in the distance, from atop the Jesus Christ, what the hell is it called again? What is it? Collapsible fortress?
Instant fortress.
Instant fortress. There we go. I don't know why I blanked on that. From the top of the instant fortress, they saw explosions echoing and lighting up the night. They woke that morning and encountered a strange man coming from the no man's land in a cart,
The worst
saying that he
spy
was
of all time.
a simple trader, but it turns out he was not. He was a spy for the Union. They gave him some furniture that will disintegrate within a few days' time, and he was on his way. They headed off to Mount Scott, and as they climbed let's be real, it was a hill, not really a mountain, they encountered some Marigons. Though at the time they simply knew them as these baby-faced creatures. Combat ensued with them. Rocks flew down from up high. I'm sorry, V-Rocks. And during the battle, though some of them were badly injured, Mary being one of them, she had quite the genius idea to pour some of her petrification liquid onto the last of the V-Rocks, turning it into a statue. Once the spoils were collected, they immediately teleported to Glacriebreak and ran screaming through the halls as fast as they could to the nearest Hunters Association office to turn in the statue before it regained its normal size. They were paid a hefty sum for this well-preserved trophy. And then a variety of little tasks were went about, speaking to the smithy, going to the Temple of the Mind Forged, and eventually winding down with Walter and Ed going to speak with Bjorn. For Bjorn to comment on how he was surprised that they had made it here so quickly, because Marcus had told him that it would take some time. They were then informed that Marcus had made a deal to assist the nation of Glacriebreak in this trying time with an investigation of sorts in exchange for a reward, though yet unspecified because it was arranged between Marcus and the king. Turns out it all amounted to I forgore to tell my friends. And then they left Glacriebreak proper and headed into Gate Town to the nearest tavern for a full night's rest. And that's where we'll pick up. I believe the name of the place where you guys had previously stayed is called the Broken Anvil. So I'll just say that is where you guys are.
Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page now.
On our way out, I do want to stop at a bookshop, see if there's a book that I want.
Okay, yeah, you would have had a little bit of time before you actually went to go to the spot to go to bed for the night. You want to look inside of Glacriebreak or in Gate Town?
I feel like Gate Town will probably be my best bet.
That's a fair assumption. They seem to have a crazy assortment of different stores, like a Spirit Halloween. You're not sure what that is, but
Halloween.
But easy enough. You depart from the group for a little bit as they're heading back to the Broken Anvil, and you find a small little bookstore. We'll say, we'll say it's over by what is that? I have to zoom in to see that. What fucking store is that? Is that a Canadian store? I can't fucking read that shit. It just says Chapters. What the fuck is Chapters?
That's a bookstore in Canada.
Oh, okay, sure. Why not? Yeah, you go to your bootleg Barnes and Noble.
It's not bootleg.
I remember we used to have a store called Borders, and then they got rid of it.
Oh,
it was
Borders.
Borders actually had a way better selection than Barnes back in the day. but sure, you head over and there's a little we'll say like a gnome guy sitting behind the desk, and actually you're not quite sure if he's male or female. He's very androgynous in his representation of his sexuality, but
He's
seems
very
to be leaning.
androgynous.
Well, I'm saying he because he's leaning more towards like where you think he might be a guy, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah, you're unsure though.
Um.
Like you got to use descriptors beforehand so that people have an idea. Okay.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a book by a French author, Jules Verne. Voyage de Santa de la Terra.
Um, this individual will kind of like put a bookmark in a little book that they were reading, close it, sort of like ponder to themselves about the words you just said in a foreign language.
In common, it's Journey to the Center of the Earth.
They'll nod and turn and head towards uh, sort of like the back section of the shop. It's very like the counters like in the middle. It's not like really separated. There's just shelves all around, and they're like this more central, like little island, so to speak. And I'll go towards the back left like area, start going through the books until eventually slides one out and kind of like hustles back over to you, puts it on the counter, kind of like turns it around so that the cover faces you, and just goes, "This one."
Is it indeed the correct book?
Yeah, there, go inside. Where would
It's
I be at this time?
Probably at the anvil.
uh yeah, the broken anvil. This is just before the long rest that you guys would have had at the end of last session. And yeah, the it does in fact say the title that you said in French.
All right, by Jules Verne.
I
Okay.
do not know what the original cover art would have been. I doubt it was very
I don't even
modern.
know.
Yeah, I don't feel like books had a lot of cover art back then.
Depending on how famous they were.
Um.
It's nice though. It's definitely leather bound. Doesn't seem cheap.
Looks like it had. Oh yeah, first edition. Oh shit. Um. Yeah, it had. It's a red cover, with a little black image of a silhouetted man going through caves, with a kid on a raft next to a geyser.
Okay. So sure, we'll say that you see that image, but maybe this is like a little bit higher quality. It's like a red dyed leather, and it looks like someone very painstakingly like hand etched the image. It's very very well done.
Ooh, how much?
Um, they will take an abacus out and start sliding a few beads back and forth, and then make like a notation in a different book. Uh, 3 gold.
3 gold. Okay. 29. 29 gold pieces. Adding Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Is there anything else you're interested in purchasing?
Is there a how to read English for young kids?
Uh, you trying to teach English?
Yes. To someone who can't read.
Someone who can't read. Oh, okay.
Or
Um,
specifically giants who can't read English.
I don't have a giant to English. But I might have something. and they'll go over to a table that's like right behind the island that seems to be more of like a bargain bin, and it definitely seems more like child oriented. It has like ABCs painted on the outside of the bin and a bunch of other stuff, and they'll just go like rifling through it until eventually they pull up this one book that seems to be like made out of a much heavier, thicker grade of paper, with same thing. Like it's actually no, this one wouldn't be leather bound, but it would be like that harder sort of like I guess early hardcover material, and it just is learning ABCs on the cover with like no specific author, and they'll hand it to you, and then just something like that.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, it's in the bargain bin, so 5 silver.
Here's a gold piece, so I get 5 silver back.
Yep, give you change. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's
Because we
everything.
are approaching closing time. Okay. And you'll notice like as you're like departing, they begin like blowing out like oil lanterns and stuff, and like starting to get ready to close for the night.
And I'll head off to the Broken Anvil to meet up with everyone to join in on the group testation of Marcus.
Very good. You get there right in the throes of it. Everyone's just screaming at him now.
Hey, man. This is real poor timing. Seriously.
Marcus, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, there's a start.
Anything else?
Well, we gotta go do this, and I should have told you guys. I'm sorry. I forgot. There's been a lot of
I
things on
told
my
you.
mind. Okay.
Hey, it's good that we know now, but uh, like the people have been dying, Marcus.
Well, we've also been busy too.
No shit, but still.
I know. I don't.
I forgive you.
I don't really know what to do.
Well, we're
You were told that when it was framed to you
Under
at the
control.
time
Yeah.
that the situation, it wasn't necessarily under control, so to speak, but it wasn't as bad as it has gotten. So you feel like maybe Bjorn didn't anticipate it getting this bad in such a short amount of time. At least from what Ed and Walter would have told you upon finding out what they did from him.
Right.
But at the time, yeah, it did seem like you could have waited a bit longer. In terms of, you could have waited a bit longer before you showed up.
Right.
Telling them, though, is something else.
Well, I blame Farkas.
Man, fucking Farkas.
you didn't even know him. How do you blame him?
I do know him.
I know him.
I know him.
In fact, I cast Sending.
See, Luke gets it.
Immediately sends Farkas.
Well, now that we know he's alive,
But
You
Marcus
do.
legitimately never met Farkas.
Yeah, no, because Marcus, you weren't there for the session when they had their court date. Well, you were there, but you were Callie. You weren't Marcus yet.
Callie knows Farkas.
Yes, Callie now has officially met Farkas, aka Vox. But Marcus doesn't even know what Vox looks like.
What a Farkas is.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that they would have said something to you since they've seen you again about there being a fake you.
Oh yeah, we
But
told them
yeah,
about it.
yeah, okay. So you knew that there was in fact a Farkas. You just yeah, that's about it.
Oh man. All right. Well, what do you guys want to do?
Well, we're gonna go to sleep and then we're gonna start investigating this because, well, we're here. And you can't harm
Yeah,
us, the king.
and we'll get paid a shitload of money, right?
So I've been told.
Yeah, then that's what we're really here for. Or that's what we're. Oh, we could just ignore the salamander.
We can
So
come
Or
back to
whatever
do
it
that
is.
later after we save Austin.
Yeah.
so Tom, I have to ask you. I have a vague idea of what you had arranged for the reward to be. I know that they said that they were going to pay you, that was the main reward.
Yeah.
But you had asked them for something that you wanted personally, right?
I forget what I asked for.
Okay. You should probably think on that. But I do remember that you, in fact, asked for some form of personal item.
There. Yeah. What the fuck? I know that he unlocked the gun for me.
You had asked, yeah, you had asked them to look into that because you were already speaking to him about something else.
Right.
Why did you talk to Hrothgar again? Hrogar, sorry.
There was a reason. I forget the reason, but there what actually was a reason why I
No,
talked.
yeah, I know. That's the problem. I don't remember exactly what you had wanted to find out from him. I don't think it was specifically magic items because like that's
I don't think it
that's
was either.
part of his thing, but that's not like his main thing.
Was it
Huh.
information?
Was it what?
Was it information?
I think it was. I think it was information on something. I just can't remember.
I think it was about Coulter.
Oh. Oh yeah.
It
Yeah, it
was it
was.
was about Coulter, wasn't it?
It was something about Coulter, yeah. Okay.
Someone
Right.
just was
And I
did this happen before? No, it happened before the fucking lady came after me, right?
this was the one shot that you and I had done
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I fuck. Okay. There I think it was information on Coulter and there was like something else. Was I trying to set up a church?
Oh yeah, you wanted to set up a church in Glacriebreak. I don't think it was Coulter.
After fucking Gabriel. Oh my god.
He wanted to see if no. Okay, I remember now. Now that you've actually said that. The reason why I think that you're thinking it's Coulter is because you had found a book on Coulter in the Temple of the Mind Forge here back when you guys did Dwarf Gaming.
Mhm.
But when it came to actually what you asked Hrogar about slash the king, the king had told you that your reward for solving the matter was a hefty gold sum, and you guys would be able to trade for more premium magical items with Rogar because that's something that he can do. But
Right.
on a personal note, you wanted to know if the king would be willing to allow you to set up a church either in Glacriebreak or Gatetown, one or the other. I don't remember that one exactly. To see if people would be, open to attending slash embracing the faith. And he said that they did have some worshippers of the Church of the Reckoning here that didn't have a place to go to, so he would assist you in that endeavor.
Father Marcus. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. Well, now that we know that, and it's on the VOD, so I won't forget.
Angry Walter noises.
No, Gabriel.
Oh yeah, that's right. Angry Gabriel
Yeah,
noises.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gabriel doesn't want forced conversion. Well, that's the thing though. When he did ask the king about it, it doesn't sound like forced conversion. It's more like giving people options, which I mean, that's like the same thing as making a temple to the Platinum Dragon in Gatetown even though they more likely worship Morden. So,
Right.
but it's
Yeah.
it's not out of the
You build a
realm of
shrine and nobody shows up. That's chill.
Going into someone's business and telling them to put a cross up above the door.
yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
the way to go.
It's a great
Put a
idea.
fucking cross over that door.
I noticed there's wickedness in this business of yours.
Okay, all right. So yeah, and I believe the money was somewhere around. It was something extravagant. I want
It
to
was
say upwards of 10,000.
Yes.
Oh, oodles.
Yeah, oodles and canoodles of toaster strudels.
I mean, it is from the treasury of
This
the nation.
little.
See, I'm brokering deals here. You guys can't be mad with our reward.
and you could have just not known about it. But still.
The whole thing could have
Like, wait,
came
we
to
what?
pass. The only reason why we'd find out because Lane contacted you via a letter, being like, "Bro, where are you?"
Forgets about Lane.
No, Lane. Bean and I were discussing it as of technically. When you guys wake up in the morning, Lane will have arrived in Austin.
Oh, nice. That means Max is there too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Max would have went with him. Or right? Did you say that or no? You had said to me. You had said to me, "Do
Max
whatever."
went to Austin before Lane did, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. So then he would in fact be there. Yeah. I will have to do something with him. I have ideas.
Sure, he's all yours.
Alrighty. I don't know about the others though. I have no idea what to do with the Moorhen's funny frog man because he's kind of limited in where he can exist without needing a bath. And
Just lives in the barrel.
Zachary Zachary probably has a hell of a hefty bounty on his head to begin with. So him getting in and out of the South is no simple feat. Would Bomber be back to Glacriebreak by now? No, because I think he left around the same time as Lane, which means Bomber would probably be on his way back to Austin as well.
Did Bomber want to go back to Austin? I thought he was going.
You needed to. You had a mission and then you got caught and taken to the deep south.
True. Okay, so he's with Lane then.
You would have been. Because your mission as you had told the others in Chaos Crew was that you were brokering deals between Glacriebreak and the Union in the disputed territory.
Right, and he got arrested by the Confederates.
Yeah. That didn't go over well.
I
My doggy. I was singing Diggy Diggy Hole in a cage in a cave.
bombshell.
Chris's character is unknown. So Saul is
They got
dead.
my guy.
But
They
your
got the
guy was talking,
necromancer.
right?
I
Yeah, you
think
have
he was.
Zachary.
I don't remember what I ended up wanting to do with him.
Yeah, as I have it for right now, he's just on the run.
Ooh.
That's fine.
But alrighty. So yes, Marcus gives you more detailed information on what was arranged between him and the king. And then we'll say that you guys, unless there's anything else that anyone wants to do, we'll head to the next morning.
Yep.
I go to sleep on Ed.
Very good.
No
Alrighty.
suspicion cast tonight.
no suspicion because he's sleeping where he's supposed to.
Boring lore quest for Jarvis
Thank you.
and Marcus,
Yay.
and kill quest for Ed.
Kill.
Okay. So you guys wake up in the morning, and I would say like maybe you head down for like a little breakfast, and you would see. I think I said he was a redheaded halfling, or he was just a really short redheaded guy. But Mort'll come down and he'll just be like, "Oh, hey, ain't you the fellas what was with Thorin?
Oh yeah, that's
When's
us.
he coming around again?"
Ah, shit. Who knows? He's
Maybe he's already here and you haven't seen him yet.
Couldn't be. The whole place would be abuzz.
Who's the place with the like insanely spiked soup stew?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. This is the place with the strong stew.
Good to know.
I will never understand why certain dwarven cuisines also had to have spiked food.
It's just part of the culture, man.
It's one weird culture.
Alcohol permeates everything that they do. Well, that and rocks, but you know. But yeah, Mortal he'll slide breakfast your guys' way. He'll be like, it's on me. Make sure to bring Thorin. Yeah, Thorin around again.
You're the best, Mort.
I hope
Ah,
we get to
gee, thanks.
see Thorin at some point. I keep missing his concerts.
What race is he?
I think Mort was a halfling.
Yeah, Mort's a halfling.
That fucking name.
Or a really short human who doesn't wear shoes.
Could be either one. You're unsure. Because I would say that the ears, the tips of them are hidden by his his mess of red curly hair. But you guys have your breakfast, and the day is yours. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna start investigating?
Well, we
Mm,
should probably head into Glacriebreak first.
that's a good idea.
Good idea.
Well, where first of all, where have they been happening?
In Glacriebreak.
I understand that, but where in Glacier Break?
Everywhere.
Within the city proper, there are multiple locations that you were told that it was happening.
Let's go to the most recent incident.
We're in
Any
the fucking walls.
particular individuals being targeted, or are they all different?
I don't think they were targeting any particular groups of people.
It was just the people who happened to be around at the time. So guards, drifters.
A lot of the victims were in fact guards.
So that makes sense. They're the ones walking around at night.
Could be a pattern. Might not be. Who knows?
Is it possible that it is a group that are systematically trying to break down the defensive forces of Glacier Break?
That's the thought, because it's tied to a smuggling ring.
It's interesting. Well, they're gonna try and take over the city at some point. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, a lot of this doesn't make sense. We did have the scary thought yesterday with Bjorn that it could be potentially setting up for an invasion from the Underdark.
Okay.
If Earth even has one.
Is there a Hollow Earth theory or something? Or is that nothing yet?
I bought a book called Journey to the Center of the Earth last night, so hopefully it might give us some insight.
Would I have read that? Out of
It's
curiosity?
a French book at this time. You probably wouldn't have.
Yeah,
I don't know French.
yeah, since it doesn't have any English translations, unfortunately, you would not have read it at this current time.
You might have heard of Jules Verne, though, because he's a famous science fiction writer.
If it was written in German, I probably would have known of it.
If I'm trying to think of what else did that dude write? Didn't he write 20,000 Leagues
He
Under the
wrote,
Sea?
he did, and he wrote Around the World in 80 Days, but those are both 1870s. So
So then I guess
this might have been like this might have been his breakout novel.
There was another book
Yeah.
before this. I don't know what it was called. It's one of the not as popular ones.
Yeah, so probably not. Unfortunately, Jarvis, you would not. So I'd say as you guys arrive, the guard would like let you through like the big initial gates, and then you would come into like the the entry area, and you would notice that there's no like lines of people like there were previously when you had first entered, and it seems like the guards are kind of like a lot more on their toes and watching, even though some of them like recognize you. Well, at least some of you guys, not all of you. They seem like on edge.
Uh, shit. Should we? I mean, we have marshal badges. We could just be like, hey, we're just.
And we're also investigating. Marcus, did you get anything from the king?
Yeah, did you get like a deed or whatever it would
Yeah,
be?
like some kind of piece of paper that says you're investigating on behalf of the king?
I don't think he gave me anything.
He had not, because not all of you had arrived and you weren't able to begin your work.
We should probably go see Bjorn about that so we can actually get a certificate of investigation or whatever it would be called, so we can investigate without issue.
Also, is there anything else we should be aware of? Like any weird ass mobs that might be in the area?
Oh yeah, what did he say? I don't know about Underdark shit.
Yeah, it's unknown if Earth has Underdark, because the old world did, Faerun and any other world, but Earth didn't have that, or at least it was not known if it did. Um,
That's weird. What's
and
down there?
since Chult exists on Earth now, sort of with the Washington
Um,
jungle.
Can anyone explain to me what the Underdark is?
Like you go far enough underground and it's just a bunch of caves and shit.
Oh,
Like, is there not caves beneath us? It's just rock.
There's caves on
well,
Earth, but
it gets complicated. There's not.
there's no
I know
extensive
there's like
cave
things like
system.
archaeologists that like to go places to dig up stuff, but nothing of that degree.
Oh yeah, if you go down far enough, you just kind of stumble into it.
Stumble.
Yeah, you don't have to go like spelunking or whatever.
Okay. How does one just stumble into whatever you just said?
Oh, someone tries to build out. Someone lives like right beneath a mountain. They try and build out their basement, and they break a wall, and they're like, "Ah, shit! There's a cave, and there are a bunch of mushrooms in it."
Mushrooms?
Yeah, that's where mushrooms live.
Yeah, mushrooms like dark, cold, wet places. Well, dark, warm places.
Well, like the ones that walk.
The ones that what?
Walk. At least that's what I'm told. I ain't seen it.
There's sentient mushrooms?
That's a thing.
There's.
What's the sentient?
Have I ever
Oh,
heard of sentient
I
mushrooms?
think so.
I don't know
Maybe in a
if
bar, probably
knowledge.
not something that people on Earth have heard of because they live underground, and since it's unknown if Earth has an Underdark, they
Hey,
probably
Is
we'll
don't
find
why I
out.
know.
was
We'll find
asking.
out. We'll find out soon.
Yeah, I'd say probably that's like like, ever since the Reckoning, a lot of weird stuff has happened, but that to you sounds a little absurd. Walking mushrooms sounds weird. Too weird.
Well, I've also seen a lot of weird shit.
You have, admittedly, but that one to you just sounds like weird, goofy.
Maybe not
Like
that
there's
kind of weird.
Nah, that can't be right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sure. I will say though, um, when you guys try to go through the doors,
Do they also have
Ed,
passport?
Marcus, and Walter, you guys no, remember you had like had to sign basically like a thing that you would agree to abide by Glacriebreak's rules.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so and if I remember right, I don't think you didn't have a passport. I think they just stamped something on your hand. So when you approach near the doors, I'll just say a dwarven rune will glow on Marcus, Walter, and Ed's hands.
Well,
Why do I have a?
well, it's like I don't have enough of these.
Oh, right. Walter, you wouldn't. That's true because you have a new body.
Well,
Yours would not
Walter
glow.
has never been to Glacier Break.
Yeah, Walter died. Walter was dead
Oh,
when we went
yeah,
through here. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. Damn. I keep forgetting. Like, I didn't forget that you died, but I keep forgetting what
It was
locations
Gabriel
you.
at the time.
Yeah, you were Gabriel. So
So
yeah,
you're not in the system.
yeah, you're not in the system. So you would watch as like one of the dwarves is just like, all right, no entrance over here.
I'll wait. I'll wait for you.
New entrance, but I came out of Glacier Break. I don't understand.
Those
Oh
who
wait,
have
did I
entered.
illegally come into Glacier Break initially? Oh no.
Okay,
Let
Yeah,
me
you
see
like
your
say that,
passport.
but they do a really weird look. It's not the same guard shift as last night, so like.
No, that Wookak can't be right. What are you talking about? We slept in
I'd
Gate
never
Town.
intentionally break the law.
calm
Just line
down.
up orderly, like one at a time. Come sign the documents.
I'll go sign the document.
Yeah, illegal immigrant.
All right. He looks at you and he goes, "You sure you weren't born here?"
Uh, no. It's complicated. I was born human. I died, and then some druids reincarnated me, and I came back as a hill dwarf.
Oh, well, welcome to the funnest race. That's some shit. He'll slide a document.
That is probably one of the more cooler ways of saying it.
He'll slide the document to you and then like an equal and quill. And he's like, pretty standard run of the mill stuff. Basically, a lot of the rules are the same as human rules. Don't steal shit, don't break shit, don't go into places you're not supposed to, and don't kill anyone unless they explicitly challenge you first.
Right.
Duels are legal here, by the way, but again, you can't coax somebody into a duel. It has to be a mutual agreement. Otherwise, it's not considered official. I'm the winner of said duel, uh, unless it gets a little complicated. Look at subsection 13B, and then if you go to 13B, it's essentially something along the lines of if someone instigates you or like forces you into a duel, but you still don't want to fight them, and then ultimately you have to like defend yourself, and you're the victor, you won't be punished.
Self
But if
defense is
they're
okay.
the one, yeah, self defense is okay. But if they're the one that's the victor, they get imprisoned for murder because they forced you into the duel when you didn't want to participate.
I mean, that's
Otherwise,
just
though,
basically normal laws, even in modern
How
day.
can they prove that though? You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
stand your ground,
right?
dwarf.
Well, clearly, clearly they had an issue in which they had to specify this stuff because, yeah,
Too
but
many
it
fiends are
does.
taking advantage of prior.
Hey, you notice that this has like 3 more pages than any of the other. It's legal.
there's quite a number of pages. A lot of them have to do with like duels and fighting, but the rest of it is more like general stuff. There's a small little subsection for like religion, and there's even like an anti-racism clause specifically for Dwergar, where it has to state something. It essentially states in like I guess legalese, while it may be against your better judgment, all Dwergar here are to be treated equally and with respect until they've done something wrong.
Un-
The
I have a
racist
question
until
still
they-
about
were
this
racist.
part about the Dwergar. I've overheard some Dwergar mention about people treating them badly, so I think there's a lot of normal people that are already in violation of this.
Look, the dwarves here, at least, we try not to. The king demanded, well, yeah, the king demanded that we treat them equally and with respect because the specific 3 tribes that decided to join with us after the reckoning and help form the nation have all disavowed their dark ways and their former dark gods and are trying to, in a sense, return to the light and some sense of normalcy. Because as history goes, they once were our cousins. And so we treat them like kin once more. However, some of us here, there are still grudges, family members that were lost to Dwergar incursions. So it's not the easiest thing to get over, but hopefully generationally we'll see improvement.
Question:
Sure.
do you write said grudges down in a book?
Some of the noble clans might have within the annals of their personal clan history which Dwergar houses they have feuds with, though there is no public record of who hates who.
I was just generally curious because I heard of some weird, like, I don't know, stereotype or rumor about dwarves loving to just write everything down in a book.
I
But
haven't been a
mainly
dwarf very
grudges.
long, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
Like, it's like I said, stereotype or rumor.
I haven't heard it.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, those of us on guard duty, we have these little, and he pulls out just like this little handbook, and he's like, we're supposed to just write any small observations that are out of the ordinary for each day of patrol. We turn it into our supervisor at the end of the shift and retrieve it the next day at the start of the next shift. It's just an easier way of keeping track of things, you know. But no, there's no book of hatred or grudges or anything of the like. Although my cousin Darren did used to keep a list of all the creatures that he killed, but I think that was more like a personal sort of hunting trophy type journal.
Well, I get that.
But I just go through the papers, sign them, we'll get you stamped, and you can head on through.
Hey, Walter Smith. Blah, blah.
You, Jarvis, make sure to read thoroughly.
Initial here, middle name there.
But what is this
John,
about meaning the 4 for over 30% of the diamonds I find?
wait, say that again.
30% of the diamonds I find.
Oh, well, if you go into some of the expansion areas and you find any sort of precious metal or gems, since we do officially lay claimage to the entire, as the humans here call it, Rocky Mountain chain, it's obviously we don't have the numbers to fully patrol all of that land in an official capacity. So if you find anything, we simply ask that you pay a sort of tax percentage back to us for having found it. We're not going to be unfair and tell you that you can't keep it, but
Question: how do you enforce that?
um, well, typically here in the capital itself, you're not really screened in terms of there's no way for you to normally enter the mines from or any of the outer lying sections from the capital without express permission from the king. However, in our expansion settlements, it's a lot more difficult to keep track of all that, and so that's kind of where that one comes from.
I didn't see that part in mine. Do I have a different one? Because I'm a dwarf.
Maybe it's just towards humans.
That might be it.
Yeah, when you say that, he kind of like briefly looks away from Jarvis and like gives you a wink.
Ah,
All right, and I'll just say that since Bean and Dustin are in here, that they both sign it as well.
Actually, did
And
Mary
Mary,
have a rune appear on her? Because Aaron had one.
oh yeah,
And if
Aaron did
she
go through the
is
entrance.
Aaron, then
That's interesting. Let me look into something.
I don't think Mary's.
Yeah, that wouldn't make it.
it's still unconfirmed if they are or are. If they aren't or are. But if they are, that would be an indication. But Mary has the teleportation circle for the thing of the Mind Forge, so she could have
She
looked
does.
from there.
Yeah. So I would say this because this is probably what God, I wish Bean was here, but this is probably what Mary would have done. After you had like amongst yourselves made the comment about entering illegally, she probably would have gotten in line with the rest of you to in fact sign herself in. And then she would say something as much to the guard about how she has a circle to the temple, but doesn't remember if she had ever been through here before because she has amnesia. To which the guard would say, "That's a crying shame, but it wouldn't hurt if you signed in again anyway, and we'll check to see if you have the rune." And he asks for a name it would be under, has another guy come over, start going through their records, and they can't seem to find a Mary, at least a Mary with no last name. And she says that she's more than willing to simply get her hand stamped if that's required. And then she gets taken over to the side, sort of away from you guys. And one of the dwarves kind of has like it almost looks like a metal stick, but with like a gemstone on the end of it. Not necessarily a wand, but definitely more familiar to almost like Aaron's flashy light thing. And we'll kind of like point it towards your hand. And what's your passive perception?
Mine's a 14.
who's?
It's not really trying to hide it. So yeah, you'd see that she does in fact already have a glowy rune. So they just say that when she figures out who she is, to just come back and notify them, and that until then they'll allow her in. But they seem to sort of like share a look with each other, and one whispers to the other one, and the one that was like going through the papers will depart back into like the actual proper area of the city. And he goes, yeah, he's just gonna make sure that everything's all straightened out with that. But for the time being, you're all free to go through, and he'll stamp Spencer's hand and Jarvis's and Walter's.
Oh my god, we completely forgot Mary! I take out the fucking studded leather that we never gave her.
Oh, hey, armor! Yay!
Oh my god.
That's is that for me?
Yeah.
That's for
so
you, so
have
you
some
don't die.
protection.
How could you forget about that?
Marcus, that's your
Hey,
Oh,
if only you were one day late.
Do I owe you anything for
No,
it?
no, no,
Or
no, no, no.
No.
You've been doing great, helping us, and we've been helping you, and um, you might be Aaron, you might not be, but um, yeah, just consider it a gift.
okay, all right. Thank you. And she'll take it. And I will put studded leather on his sheet, or did he already put studded
I
leather
have
on his sheet?
no
His ace
idea.
is high.
I don't think he has.
He might have. Yeah, he did. He did because I don't remember the AC being a 12. I remember it being a 10. So that's good.
Nice.
Um, and yeah, and I'll say you guys are. I'll just kind of grab you like this and let you proceed. Oh no, that's taking the desks with you. I don't want to take the
Why
desks.
aren't the desks on the map layer, Dylan?
Yo,
I
a
don't know.
desk for me?
That should be on the map layer. There you go. Where did I even get these from? Wild
West.
layer, map layer. Okay, there we go.
Luke got it. Let's go.
All right, and I'll move you guys on through to over here.
We have to go see Bjorn because we don't have a certificate of investigation or license to
Is
question.
is true. Okay, I'll move you over to the Bjorn thing.
We are so fucking back.
Bjorn.
Is that Jim Bob?
Yeah, that's the minor Jim Bob.
Excellent.
No, is it
And
Jim Bob or is it
no, it's Jim Bob from Grimson Mine. I think is the first
Oh,
place I
Jim
met.
Bob from Gravestone Mountain.
um, here I'll put you
Grapes of
guys like
Wrath?
over here, and I'll say that the elf woman is elsewhere, and Bjorn's just kind of sitting there, uh, on the bench. He looks to be reading a book.
Who wants to approach the big man?
Mr. Banatorn?
Hold on. And you watch as he like takes one of his big fingers, licks it, dog ears the corner of the book, and closes it. Puts it down on the bench beside him.
Jarvis visibly cringes.
I used to dog ear pages all the time, and then I started to hate it. I think I was still dog earing them back in college, so yeah, that makes
You
sense.
monster.
Um, ah, you're back. So I take it you're gonna start looking into things.
Yes. We were wondering because Marcus didn't. At least he doesn't remember if he got anything. Uh, is there like a sort of certificate that says we're on business from the king, so we can go places that we might not are normally supposed to?
Uh, now that you mention it, that's probably a good idea. Hold a moment, and he'll reach into like his satchel and pull out a couple like loose sheets of parchment. Put that on the desk, not the desk, sorry, the bench. Grab like an inkwell and quill out of there, and he'll take. He seems to have like a big, like solid, heavy-looking ledger, and he pulls that out, puts it on his lap, throws the paper on top of it, uncorks the ink thing, and he's just give me a moment to write this up for you. And
What are you writing?
I'm making you a pass.
Oh, oh, awesome.
That's what we came here for, Mark.
I was confused for a moment. I'm sorry. I'm
Problem.
still irritated at that dog-eared book.
I'll while we're waiting for him, I'll start reading Journey to the Center of the Earth and see if I can glean anything from it.
I don't have a proper bookmark, but folding the corners works well enough.
Yeah, I do it.
Strangely, though, it doesn't seem to leave any creases behind. I don't know if it's because they were magically made for me or what, but it is what it
Hmm.
is. Okay, that should settle everything with that, and then he'll put the inkwell and quill away, and then he will take out a candle, a tinder box, and what looks to be a metal sort of seal of sorts, and just start trying to get like a little fire going, light the candle, start holding the wax over the bottom of the page and letting it drip. I'll say you get like, by the time he's done, I don't know, like maybe a chapter or two in, if you're a fast reader. If not, closer to like half of a chapter to one.
Walter he literally is average, so he's an average reader.
Yeah, so like you're almost at like the end of the first chapter. And he'll let it finish dripping, and then he'll take his like little metal thing and press an official seal into it. Uh, kind of looks like like a bunch of like stacks of coin, but then like the official logo of the nation of Glacriebreak, which is something I haven't designed yet, so sue me. Very dwarven though, very dwarven. And you notice that it is all very much written in Dwarvish, uh, except for like the final part that's almost like a PS at the end that says, "If you give these guys trouble, you'll know what happens, you stupid cunts." And then it just has his name and then the big seal. And he'll hand the paper over to you, Walter, since you're the closest. And he'll go, that should do you. If you want to start your investigation, trying to think.
The most recent
What's the most
incident?
recent? Right.
That's where things are probably freshest.
Well, there's a few tunnels that have opened up in the marketplace sort of plaza area, but they have since been closed. Any of the others, the biggest one we've got to worry about now is on the way to the Temple of the Mindforged.
Mindforge
Aye,
is
on the way to the temple.
right, right. So do you think the people might be in danger?
Well, we keep guards on it, when they don't disappear. But it, it's strange. The disappearances are less happening around the holes. They were in the beginning. Ever since though, now it's just kind of been in random places throughout the capital.
But you said the only really guards that were being quoted targeted.
Hey, that's true. Guards
Was
patrolling
there
the guards.
was there anyone else that stood out that wasn't being targeted? That was targeted?
Um, hold on, and he'll pull out like a set of letters from the satchel, which at this point you would notice is a bag of holding. And he starts like going through the different letters and stuff. And all right, well, we lost the vice captain of the guard to the first and one of the biggest of the breaches, which again is the one by the temple. Ever since, though, with the smaller ones, it's been a handful of guards, enough to where it's a noticeable problem, but not to where we've had a significant loss within our sort of protective force here. Uh, the total number of disappearances, thankfully, has yet to reach the double digits. We're looking at around 8, 7 being your regular run-of-the-mill guard, nothing particularly special about them. And as I said, the first one, the vice captain, who would be hold on, I gotta go into my notes for this one. One moment, one moment. There you go. I'm gonna bold Grim.
Who were the?
That was the vice captain.
Oh, sorry. You
He
were
was.
trailing off. So
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm late.
Yeah, you are, you bitch. No. He was, as I said, the first to disappear. Uh, the only other thing of note is he himself is a dwergard. The others have been a mix of mountain and hill dwarfs.
Has no other races been taken?
No, the guard is a subsection of the military. So we have our sort of Glacriebreak guard. We have a crown guard for the king, and then we have well, yeah, he would say crown guard, and we have like more official uh, portions of the military. Like we have like a builder's portion. We have like a sappers, your regular sort of foot soldier, so on and so forth.
Have any of the sappers been targeted?
As I said, no, they're not like general members of the guard. A lot of the guards tend to just be regular foot soldiers, not really anything special. The vice captain um, used to be in charge of our artificer platoon, but due to an injury, kind of got retired.
This may
Well,
sound strange, but is there anything else that's related to the two? I mean, to the guards. Like, are them like were they? Did they all serve together in some sort of fight? Did they all come over from the other from wherever you guys came from?
I mean, most dwarves live about, what, 300 something years? Um, so I imagine most, if not all, were non uh, non-native
I don't know.
Earth natives.
This is why
well,
I ask.
the majority of the population are from Faerun. Uh, our oldest can't be more than 27 for any of those that have been born here since the reckoning. No,
And they
probably
wouldn't be
closer to
serving in the guard because you're not an adult until you're 50.
right, exactly. No, so none of them were uh, the new generation, and uh, a lot of us come from different walks of life. I'm probably from somewhere entirely different than the rest of most of the dwarves here. So, but that's, doesn't really matter. I could look into that though. I could look into if they served together, or if they were from a similar, stronghold or city, nation, whatever have you, back in Faerun. Um, See if there's any sort of connection like that. But as far as I'm aware, uh, there isn't. But I'll take a look and I'll get back to you with whatever I can find.
That is an
But in the
interesting
meantime,
angle to look at it, though my gut feeling says that they're just because they were nearby to the people who were breaching.
that was kind of more what we were initially going with. The thing is, though, is we haven't had the time to fully explore the tunnels beyond the breaches. Um, they're long, windy, confusing, a lot of backtracks. I mean, we know the stone, but it's hard, and we haven't made a lot of progress. We've only sent like 2 teams in. One of them should be due back tomorrow, but the first one has already come back and haven't really figured out too much.
Well, Mary, thankfully, has a photographic memory. So that should prove invaluable for our spelunking.
Oh yeah.
Well, surely that would assist you. If you plan on delving deep, he'll write like a quick other note, but this one just with like a piece of like charcoal that he has like tucked into like a little leather pouch on his belt, and he'll fold it up and hand it over to you, Walter, and just go, head to the general store and give this to the guy. Yeah, he'll know.
Okay. Gen store note. Okay. The one in the market or the one out in Glacriebreak? Gate Town.
In the plaza. Did I go through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, just go to the one in the plaza. He owes me a favor. That should get you some gear if you're gonna go deep. Take care of some things. But I'll go look into what you suggested. Again, probably the breach near the temple would be your best bet. And with that, he will get up, tuck away all of his stuff, saving the book for last, putting that in his satchel, and heading off in this direction. Actually, he'll stop around here and kind of like peek back over and go, if it's not too much trouble, can you tell that friend Aaron of yours, I'm on the last book, and there's like advertisements in the back of it for like Winds of Winter or something like that. I'm assuming it's the final one. He doesn't happen to have that one, does he?
I believe he
Yeah, it probably does.
he might, but it's also possible he left before the book came out.
Oh, that would suck. Oh well. Yeah, I'll just head off. I'll say with that, you heading over to the general store, or are you gonna head to the breach first?
No, we're going to go spelunking without supplies.
all right.
I mean,
No, we're going to the
Out
general
of
store.
curiosity, before we go, does anyone actually have any books on what do you say, spelunking?
Yep,
Yeah, the hit
that'd be
indie
the
game,
term.
Splunky.
Spelunky.
Spelunking, caving.
Yeah, it's like getting lost in a cave, but like for fun.
Yeah, you're just getting lost in the cave for fun.
I wouldn't know if people write books about it. It ain't my specialty.
I mean, I've only been in one cave in my entire life, and that was Crimson Mine. And I wouldn't even call that a cave. But
Yeah,
it's
it
in my
was not a
blood.
particular
It's in my
mine.
blood now. I should be fine. And plus, we got Mary. Mary knows which way's north always and remembers everything.
Right. Anywho, let's get some stuff. Jarvis also seems very nervous about this.
His claustrophobia.
No, it's not that he's claustrophobic. It's more so I don't like cave-ins.
No one likes cave-ins.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
And I'm not the strongest person.
I'll stay with you.
Would you?
Yeah, we'll all stick together.
Thanks.
I don't want to get cut off from any of y'all.
It's probably a bad idea if we split up. So better if we stick
Yeah,
together.
also, I may ask you guys to all wear essentially rope around your waists as we delve in.
That makes sense.
I mean,
We don't fall into, I don't know.
we're gonna probably want a harness rather than just the rope because that could lead to very serious injury. Particularly, say if Ed falls and um, I'm the next in line. That's a lot of weight for my waist to take.
Yeah, I'm now glad I have
Okay.
access
I'm
to
not.
a
I'm not calling you Ed. You're a lot of muscly beef.
Yeah, I'm a lot of guy.
Well, I will say this. If Ed gets trapped under some rocks he can't lift, I can at least get him out. Not with strength, but with some magic work.
I mean, I mean, me and Ed are both unreasonably strong right now. Unreasonably.
Which I am very grateful for.
So, if we get separated, there's at least some amount of strength on both sides of a possible cave-in. Which
Yeah, we should get harnesses. I don't want any chafing.
I think climbing kits come with harnesses.
They also come with pins.
I believe they do. I believe they come with rope pythons and some sort of harness. Let me see. Climber's kit. Climber's kit, baby. Special pythons, boot tips, gloves, and a harness. You can use the climber's kit as an action anchor yourself. When you do so, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you anchored yourself. You can't climb more than 25 feet away from that point without undoing the anchor. So it does in fact come with a harness. It just doesn't come with a rope. So you'd have to buy additional rope if needed. And the climber's kit for the pythons, the boots, and the harness.
It'd probably be a good
Boot
idea to
tip.
stock up on rope in general.
Yep. So if you guys head over, you are in fact heading to
The general.
the general. Okay.
Don't mind me. I'm also working. I'm also writing some stuff. So if you have tokens being used on the board, I'm sorry if I'm not moving.
That's all right. Trying to remember which one of these I said was the general store.
This was the magic.
Oh,
shop.
I do not remember.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Do you want? Ooh. Mm.
Say it's this one.
Which one? That one. Okay.
Say, once you enter this one, despite the token that I have there, it is in fact not a halfling. It is a much, much older human guy. He looks. How would I describe him? He looks like a I guess the best way to say it is like one of those like grizzled old like Vietnam veterans, and he's just kind of standing there like 1,000 yards staring at the wall until the bell like jingles, and then he just like snaps his eyes over to you and just looks at you, Walter.
I have a note from Mr. Bannertorn.
You fucking kidding me? Let me see it.
Hand him the note.
And he unfolds it. He looks at it. He just like instantly breaks out into laughter. He's like, oh, he's fucking funny. He looks like he wants to like say something to you, and then like he starts sizing you up, and he goes, "So what are you going caving, kid?"
Yeah, me and my group.
All right, how many of you are there?
Me, Mary, Ed, Jarvis, Center,
Marcus.
Marcus, 6.
All right.
Does that also include animal companions?
Oh yeah, you got a
That
dog.
he'll like turn around to the shelf behind him where you see like a bunch of these like different stylized adventuring packs. Some of them are like in a very like rudimentary early form of camouflage, and but there's like a lot of different types of camouflage, like one that you think would have been really good for the jungle when you guys were there. Another one that looks like it would be good for like a snowy area, and one that's more of just like a sort of like general forest theme. But then there's just like other ones, and they don't have like any interesting colors to them. They're all just like very muted. There's like muted grays, browns, blacks. And he'll grab like off of a hook, like over to the right. He pulls off like 4 of these packs and on the table. And he goes, "All I got is 4 climbers kits. I don't have any more in stock. That's the best I could do for you in terms of that. If you have rope, sorry, if you need rope, I have plenty."
All right. I could do without a
I
harness.
want to insight check him saying those are the only ones he has.
Okay, go ahead. You get the feeling he might be holding out on you.
I kind of look at him with like narrow eyes. I say, no, we're not going caving for fun. You know that. We're doing it because we've been asked by the king of Glacriebreak to look into these break-ins, and that's what we're gonna do.
Right. And I figured as much, considering Bjorn wrote me the note. But that's all I have for sale. Anything else is out of my own personal stash. And I'm not willing to give that up.
Oh, if you just give us like, I don't know, 4 for what Bjorn is given you, and then we can pay for the rest. That works.
He make a persuasion check.
Almost
Oh,
at
not
20.
bad.
Let's go.
All right, but it'll take me time to replace what I have in my personal stock. So I'm going to have to charge you a little bit more than usual
We could
to
just,
recuperate my losses.
we could just borrow it.
You're joking, right?
What, fucking
No, Ed never jokes.
harnesses?
Right.
Right, but there's no guarantee that they come back in the same condition that they left. I like to make sure
Or
that
if you
all of
even,
the personal gear is up to standard.
get them back at all.
Yeah, great vote of
Hey, come on
confidence,
now.
Jarvis.
See, it's because of statements like that. Look, typically they go for about 25 gold. I'm only going to charge you 35. Not unreasonable. Like I said, I need to
Hold on,
order
let me
more.
let me do some math. Let's see if, because we have 4, we need 6, so we need to buy 2 more. Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't even the mental math. I don't need a calculator. Yeah, that's still cheaper than having to buy everything at regular price.
Yeah. And how much rope will you be needing?
Probably. Ooh. How much you got?
Hold on, because I know that there's more than one type of rope.
I think the hemp rope is probably what we're looking for.
You know,
Unless
the
there's
hemp
like
rope is the
special
usual one.
climbing rope.
There's the silk rope, and then there's also magic rope. Rope 5e. What is that? Silk rope? The silk rope is more expensive? Yeah, only by 1 gold. Okay.
Well, it's also silk.
Seems wildly impractical.
Seems more for
So-
fantasy purposes than anything.
Yeah. Well, it's this rope, whether made of hemp or silk, has 2 hit points and can be burst with a DC 17 strength check. So
Hmm.
I don't think there's really much of a difference between them, but he'll put up a bundle of 50 feet of silk rope, and then he'll put up a bundle of 50 feet of hempen rope, and then he'll put up a bundle of what can only be described as really, really strange looking. You're not sure what the material is. Very thin black rope. It doesn't look like it would do much to hold you up at all.
What is this?
And he just points. He's silk, hemp, paracord.
What's a paracord?
The fuck is paracord?
Never heard of paracord before.
It's my own design.
Mm.
So it's like,
What's special
is it
about
like
it?
2 ropes in one?
Well, despite appearances, I don't know if you've ever been told the expression "don't judge a book by its cover." But this rope here can hold up to 550 pounds. It is incredibly durable and has a good amount of strength.
Have you tested it?
Have I tested
Does it work?
Oh, it works. Big guy, go
Yeah.
ahead and try and pull that apart there. He'll hand you like a length of the rope, and he'll
Okay.
because it says that it'll snap with the regular rope will snap with a DC 17 strength check. So yeah, so he'll hand you like a length of the rope, and he's just like, go ahead, try and pull
I
it
Alright.
I
apart.
will guide Ed.
All right.
Just to,
Is it like two
just to
ropes in
really
one?
test this rope.
I mean, I could always just not roll well. All right. Good old strength check. Oh, it didn't have guidance.
You gonna add guidance.
Oh, that's not even hemp rope DC.
Yeah, it's not even Emperor DC. It does not feel like this thing is giving.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hold on, let me try.
Okay, Walter wants to try it now. Okay, go ahead.
Ah!
Mm.
You pull it with all of your might, and the outer casing that you now only realize that it even has one in the first place of the rope tears. And on the inside, you see a bunch of these very thin uh, white strands. And they all just start to little by little, like each one, they start to like fray under the tension and bing, 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 almost like in cartoons when they're like pulling the whiskers off of a cat. And then it gets to the last one, and you have to give it just one extra little tug, and then bing, and then it snaps apart. And he goes, "Well, shit, that's the first time I've ever seen someone do that."
I was right. It is
Walter,
two ropes.
Walter has noodle
Yeah, I
arms
loosened.
too. So
Yeah, I loosened it.
It is a pair of cords.
It's yes, it is a pair of cords. The DC was a 25, so even if you had rolled the
Mhm.
natural 20, if you didn't exactly get a 25, you still wouldn't have gotten it. So you're fucking lucky.
What luck. What a
I
goat.
mean, now we're out of rope. A really good rope.
Do we have to pay for that now?
He only gave you a small section of it.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't give you a whole 50 feet. Yeah, no. And he goes,
And we get the rest
I
for
think
free
that
'cause
he
he
has like a length of it that he had set aside for specifically trying to show off its strength. And he goes, fuck.
I mean,
You know
that's
what?
strong.
For that, it's strong.
Does that mean we've proven ourselves or something?
Does it mean that you've proven yourself?
I mean,
Well,
the
you
big
definitely
Goliath couldn't do it, but the scrawny kid.
Yeah, that means we're fucked up and weird.
Or very powerful.
It's
Does that
just
mean we get it
I'm
for free?
shocked. No, you do not get it for free.
It
That'd be
did
great if we
say,
could.
don't judge a book by its cover.
Said it
He
yourself.
Yeah, some of us have magical items.
And you were right. The big guy was weak and the small guy was strong.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
we're,
goes,
we're the same
well,
strength.
now that you've understood its quality, it is made of very rare materials. It is not easy to come by. It is a personal invention. I have 100 feet of it that I can sell to you in black. It does
Out of
the colors.
by examining how it was made, could I easily replicate it?
Of course.
Get ripped
So
apart before my eyes.
so let me make sure I don't misspeak here. I'm pretty sure paracord is made out of nylon, right?
I
Yeah.
think it is.
Let's see.
Usually you'll see
We
nylon
do
paracord
not have
on,
the
like,
technology
labels.
to make nylon on the road.
That is nylon, yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to be nylon. The other things.
We need.
It's specifically nylon.
We
Believe it or not.
We need an oil refinery. How the
Yeah,
fuck
poly-
did this guy do it?
Nylon burn mantle rope, originally used in suspension lines of parachutes. Yeah, dude, you.
No,
How the
polyurethanes
fuck
were
did this
invented in
guy
like the
make
30s.
this?
I've never seen such a thing in my life.
Yeah, and you probably will never see it anywhere else ever.
Aaron's probably seen something like it before.
This is the darndest thing.
Oh yeah, we could ask Aaron about that.
Or possibly Mary.
How much is this
Or,
piece of crap
or
cost?
possibly
Every other
Mary.
color?
I mean, Barry if she is Eric, she doesn't remember. So
he goes, I have for sale 2 bundles of 50-foot length, one in orange and one in OD green. But the 100-foot length is in black.
how much?
As for the 50 feet, 25. For the 100 feet, 50.
50 gold, silver.
Gold. He's
Oh,
just
holy
starts laughing. I'm not
I'll
zoned.
drop 100 gold on that.
Yeah, if,
How are
if
you?
anytime we need a special fucking
I think
rope.
this thing is going to be absolutely great to use.
So wait. So are you buying his whole stock?
Yep.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You have 50 feet of neon orange 550 paracord, 50 feet of OD green 550 paracord, and 100 feet of just regular black 550 paracord.
I'll take the 50
Yeah.
foot neon orange.
Oh yeah, that's part of it.
Who wants the other ones?
I'll take the green.
I'll take whatever. Take the other rope.
You take the black.
Take black.
And then for 2 more, 35 times 2, 60, 70 gold. Does anyone want to drop 70 gold?
I'll drop 70 gold.
I'll chip in some gold if need be.
How about you pay 30 gold and I'll pay 40 gold?
That sounds good to me. I shall chip in my 30 gold.
Alrighty. So the first 4 climbers kits, I will say, those are in fact free. It's the 2 from his personal stock that are, as I said, was it 35 a piece for the 70, and then you said you dropped 100 on the paracord. And he goes, I don't really have anything else I could recommend taking for going into caves, except maybe a light source.
Yeah. I gave Mary my night vision goggles. Center, you have your own.
I have my own.
Do you have
Ed,
any
you can't see in
gunpowder?
the dark, can you?
Or
Yeah, I can.
dynamite?
You can?
Yeah, I got runes.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Okay. Jarvis, you can't.
Can I be heard right now or no?
Yes.
Wait, what?
I'm asking if he has any gunpowder stores or dynamite.
He looks you up and
Aren't you
down.
just worried about a cave in?
Hey, and he goes, no.
Damn it.
That seems like a very bad
Or
idea.
actually, hold on. Make a persuasion check when you ask him that.
Okay, give me a moment. That is perception.
He goes, no. As I always say, a polite society is an armed society. Yeah, he says no.
For 17.
You mean an armed
Oh,
society?
the Flash of Genius.
Society.
Okay.
Just wait, will one of us is falling to our deaths, and he's used all his flash of geniuses, and that could have saved us.
I'm gonna commit to the bit. He looks you dead in the eyes and he goes, "An armed society is a polite society," and you hear him click something under his desk, and you watch as the wall over here quite literally rotates and replaces with a completely different wall. And this wall has a selection of firearms as well as some dynamite and some black powder.
Yo.
Welcome to Making Ralph's.
For all your shopping needs.
Do you
What are the firearms?
Do you also take in firearms? for trade, for bargain, or selling.
Depends on what you're selling.
I got these 2 muskets here.
I could take them off your hands.
For
Let me see. What do you have? Put them on the table.
on the table.
All right. Give me
Oh,
1 second.
I have taken out the cartridges and the gunpowder. And I do put those on the side next to them.
Okay, so muskets are not an easy thing to unload. They're typically unloaded by firing, but
You
think I
unload it
said
by
that.
shooting it.
No, seriously, I have a
Oh, I don't
modern
doubt
musket.
you, because muskets fucking suck.
Yeah, I have an inline musket that I use for muzzle loading for that portion of hunting season, and that is in fact how I unload it. I shoot a crate or something in the backyard. Muskets are worth how much? Jeez, those are expensive. Oh, that actually makes sense though. I mean, they're fucking guns. Um, he goes, all right, use light wear and tear. These are
Try to live in
Confederate.
a devil nest.
Were you in the disputed territory?
Yes.
Yeah. I found them in a
Uh,
nest of demons.
Well, demons and devils working together for some reason.
Which is still weird.
Seem to be a narrative error or something. We don't know.
That would never
Yeah,
happen.
There's
that's
something
why I
weird
asked.
like that.
I swear to God, I thought Marigons were demons.
They're demonic.
They're fiends.
They cannot say
They just happen to be there.
They're fiendish.
hey.
Yeah,
There's
who
4
knows?
of them.
Maybe they were enslaved or they made a pact. Who fucking knows? We'll
It
figure
makes
it out
sense
one
that
day.
they would have banded together to survive post reckoning. I just like give.
I'll give
shit.
you
It's funny.
I'll give you 300 gold for both of them.
60.
Wow, that's a nice amount. Would have been great if one of those could be mine. But wait,
You don't
You're
even
what
know
are
given
how
the
a
to
guns
use
gun.
the
that are on
gun.
display? What are the guns on
You're
display?
What are the guns on display?
Is there a fat
Yeah, so
You
they're
man?
just more muskets.
see an assortment. There's like some palm pistols. There's like some regular flintlocks. There's basically like revolvers. There's what looks like a blunderbuss. There's even like a few like longer rifles, specifically Sharps rifles. And you see at the top there's this really weird thing, and it does have a sign in multiple languages that all just say "not for sale." It looks like it's made out of metal. Uh, because just looking at the general shape of it, you're sure that this is probably a firearm of some sort, but nothing you've ever seen before. It's got like a handle on top of it.
Oh
Uh,
snap!
it's got like the stock seems to be made out of like some really weird black sort of carbon-esque material, like
Oh
carbon
snap!
colored material. It's really strange.
Does he have a
A
fucking
race
minigun?
and an M16.
I
It's an
think it's an
M16.
M16.
Yeah,
Oh,
I knew
it
it.
is an M16.
Oh yeah.
Does he have a fat man
Had to
though?
be.
No, no, he does not have a fat
It's
man.
technically
Uh,
possible that someone could have a fat man in this world.
it could be. It could be. You also see
Yeah,
besides
it's
the
possible.
dynamite and the gunpowder, there seems to be an assortment of like early grenades. Like there's a couple of grenades. Some of them you recognize though as the same ones that Tony, the fake brother back in San Francisco was selling, and you know them to be smoke bombs.
Oh snap! Why aren't those guys for sale over there? They look a bit unique.
No,
It's because they look unique, isn't it?
that's because that's my personal rifle. Old Carla there has gotten me through a number of tough times.
Where'd you get it? Did you make that too?
Unfortunately, no, I did not make it myself. It was gifted to me for my service.
Tell me about that blunderbuss looking thing right there.
You don't even know how to use a gun.
The blunderbuss.
No, I don't know, but
He'll
it'll
walk
be fun.
over and he'll take it off the wall, and he starts like giving you like a very basic rundown of how to use it and how to like
Yep.
load it. And he goes, and basically you point in the direction and fire. Kind of spreads out in a little bit of a cone. It doesn't have as much distance as some of the others, but anybody, well, as close as you and I within proximity, you're gonna pepper them full of holes.
Well, to be
You
fair,
hear
it's
that,
either
guys? I
fire
really
and
don't even
prey.
need to know how to use it.
To be fair, it's fire and prey.
Fire and prey. Yeah.
Fuel
Fire
spray and
spray,
pray.
yeah.
You know, I will give you every gun, Center. I will give you every gun I have right now if you don't buy that.
Ed,
Well, what do you have?
I got a rifle, I got a pistol, I got a little Derringer, and I don't use any of them because my fingers are too big for them.
you
But the
do know I
blunderbuss-
could modify. Ed, you do know I could modify those things so they
blunderbuss
could fit your
is easiest
fingers,
for me.
right?
Nah, I'd rather give 'em away.
Punch.
I'd rather give them away.
Give him away.
That's
The
too much
blunderbuss
work.
looks more fun to shoot and easy. Look at that. I don't have to know the complex inner workings of whatever those doodads are.
Right.
All I gotta do is just look and pretend that
Senator,
it's not there
you're
anymore
gonna
after I
kill
pull it.
someone
You
that
can-
you don't want to,
or
or
your
yourself.
You can shoot
Yeah.
lightning out of your hands.
But I
do
can kill someone I
Instead.
do want with this thing.
training as well for a small fee.
How much?
Okay, I
It's gonna
have to
take
ask.
too long. I know it's 6 months, but it's hilarious. But I have to ask.
So, what is the actual like time required to learn a
Let me
proficiency?
go grab Xanax.
70 days.
70 days.
70
Alright.
days.
He'll say, I have a 1 month course. It'll cost you about 100 gold, but I will make you proficient in firearms if you take this course. You got to show up every day though and put the work in.
Guys, what are we doing for the next month?
We're not gonna be here.
Things to do.
Sure as hell ain't gonna be here.
Hey, the service is available at any time. If you do not have free time, you can come back and we can arrange when you do have free time.
That's
It might
perfect.
actually be
I still
cheaper
want to take that blunderbuss though.
It might be more time cost efficient to magically be enchanted with the knowledge of how to use a gun from the College of Mysticism.
They can do that.
Or, not do that.
And just use magic.
No,
instead, 'cause
They
it's
can do
cooler.
that. They can do that.
Can the college do that? I don't remember if that's
You
something we
said
said
they
the
can
college.
enhance your stats or stuff, so I don't see why they could.
I don't know about giving proficiency.
Oh yeah, they could enhance your stats. I don't know if that was an allusion to the items that they sold or if it was some sort of alchemical thing we were toying around with. I'll have to think on that one, but tentatively for right now, I'll say yes, they do have ways of enhancing your stats. You're not 100% sure if that applies to proficiencies or not, though.
You could also multi-class in the fighter.
Just so we can shoot a gun.
What's the fun in that one? I could just be a pure sorcerer.
What's your background, Dustin?
My background?
Yeah, what was the background you chose? Because we said that a couple of the backgrounds actually gave firearm proficiency.
Oh crap, we did. What
That was
background
before
did
you
I choose?
joined.
Oh crap. Cloistered scholar.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
not at
not.
all.
The
Not in this
bookworm is packing heat.
Yep.
Yeah, he read one too many books on how to disassemble and reassemble an AK-47. It's like, that's
So
me.
therefore,
Many
it
such
translates
cases.
over. It
Song of
translates
a
over.
semi-automatic.
But yeah, no, sorry, buddy. But yeah, he'll say the class is an option that can be extended to any of you.
Well,
Receiver
I'm happy it's an
trim,
option.
Number of work.
I want to know how much that blunderbuss is, though.
Typically takes at least 10 work weeks, but this time is reduced by a number of work weeks equal to the character's intelligence modifier.
Oh,
And every 10 work weeks, there's a 10% chance of complications.
my modifier is only 1.
So
You'll
it'd take
learn.
9 work weeks.
You'll learn eventually.
9 work weeks.
We'll learn eventually.
And eventually.
It'd probably take you more like 2 months, but I'll just say that this guy would put you through a course, and that's the reason why it's different. It's almost like he might have significant training with firearms. But yeah, he'll
Mysterious
say
origins.
325 gold for the blunderbuss.
Censor, please, for the love that is all
This thing
sanity,
gets guns.
please.
Come on, why not? Why shouldn't I?
Now
Okay,
I want to see
because I
this.
feel like you're going to look down the barrel to make sure it's clean and blow your own head off.
I will not
Come
be
on.
cleaning
We know
your
I
gun
wouldn't
for
do
you.
that.
Do not look down the barrel whether it is loaded or not.
Come on. You know I wouldn't do that. You've
Oh,
seen
no.
the things I can do, like totally not
Yes.
accidentally lighting that curtain on fire when we're dealing with those guys.
Okay. It is specifically because of those that I do not want for you to do this.
I can't translate
Yeah,
that way.
this is such a terrible idea that I've just given up, and I'm just let this
Please,
happen.
please do not leave me alone with this.
All right, fine. Freaking wait, nah, there's got to be a way. Nah, I'm just trying to make it more fun. Crap.
Senator, if you buy that, you accept all responsibility for any mishaps that happen.
Of course I
And
do.
we get to say I told you so.
And I get to take away your gun privileges.
Do you really get to?
Yes.
Yeah, we're your chaperones.
We're your shit.
Yeah, you have one chance. If you mess it up, you lose your gun privileges, and we can say I told you so.
Yeah, and then
I
you're grounded.
swear, that's gonna be the day when
That's gonna be when I look down the
you're
freaking barrel to see if it's clean.
no, you're gonna get the gun, and then you're gonna immediately try to use it in combat, and then have a misfire, and then they're gonna take the gun
exactly
away
what's
from
gonna
And
you.
then blow your hand off, and then
Exactly what's gonna happen.
As a fun side note, if you're not proficient in firearm and try shooting it, the misfire score is increased by 1.
It does. It does.
it's only one. It's fine.
But yeah, but
Even if
he'll
it's
just
as
say
simple as a blunderbuss.
yeah, man. I mean, you got to think about it. These are complicated tools.
I
They
guess
are
you're right.
death machines. There are portable death machines. Are you really sure?
That's what makes them great.
Look, Dustin,
That's
Dustin,
what makes
you
them a
know
cautionary tale
how
of
even
do's and do nots.
with modern guns, you know
Yes,
how
not.
often really stupid
Yeah,
shit accidentally shoot themselves. Just
yeah.
imagine a gun that doesn't have a safety. This is where he goes. Most of my guns don't have safeties, and I go same. Like my dad's old Marlin, fucking 30-30 is from before they had safety for them. So all the time he has to go, remember, Dill, that doesn't have a safety. And I go, I know, keep my booger hook off the bang switch until I'm ready to bring the heat.
Hook. I've never booger hook.
Yeah, they have my booger hook. But yeah, he'll say 325, and then
How
anyone
about
else
300?
interested in anything else?
I am.
Jarvis, you
Make a
can't see in
persuasion
the
check.
dark.
Okay. Okay, hold up. Where is it? Persuasion.
Jarvis?
He is charisma
Hey!
based. He has to go
Attack!
into it. Not bad.
Jarvis?
310.
Am I muted? I'm not.
No, you're not muted.
Just Anton's not listening to me.
No,
I
sorry.
haven't-
It's like I said. I've been working on other stuff while doing this.
You can't see the dark, right?
I am human. Why?
You have no way of seeing in the dark. That doesn't answer my question.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
we gotta-
I can make light, and my companions do have dark vision.
Okay, that should be fine then.
Okay.
But yeah, he says 310.
10, right?
And Marcus, can you see in the
What?
dark?
Well, how about I give you a gumball and you take 5 more off?
What kind of gumball?
Oops, I didn't want to click that. I wanted to open up and see what I had. How I have a red one. And this one is it's not just any random gumball. This is like does something special. It's gonna be for you to find out though if you take 10 off. Yes, I
You're
increased
fucking
from 5
giving
to
him a
10.
loot box?
Are you gambling?
Bartering with the
I'm bartering with the loot
mystery
box, yeah, of
gumball.
course.
Make
Or
make
you
another
could trade
persuasion.
it all away for what's in this box.
Is what the box?
What am I
Who
making?
gets the box?
Just
How
make
much
another
is the box
persuasion.
worth?
It's
Start.
lower.
It's lower, but okay. He'll say, all right, fuck it, why not?
Oh man,
He'll
that's great.
Is that enough of
All
our
right.
shit?
take it off
Perfect.
of the hooks, hand it over to you, and then hold his hand out for the gold and the gumball.
All right, I gladly pass him over.
Please, censor.
Right.
Why?
Marcus, you can you see in the dark?
I'm pretty sure I have dark vision. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Subtract.
Right, chance better in the dark.
Blunderbuss. I hold
Uh,
it up like Link when he takes something out of the chest.
he goes, ammunition and powder. Yeah, that costs extra. So I guess it's good that you saved yourself a little money there if you want to buy ammo.
Exactly. How much are the bullets for this thing?
Hold on.
It's a blunderbuss. You shoot anything,
Blunderbuss. Blunderbuss.
I put anything in it as long as it fits, and you can put gunpowder too.
Looks like 5 gold for 5 rounds.
I
All right,
get censor. Are you serious?
Of course I am. Have I ever not been serious?
Yes.
I don't know with you, man.
Yes.
I was
yeah,
serious when I
Are you
wanted the
serious
hat
and
you're making me, and I'm
insane, or the
serious when I
biggest
want
jokester?
this.
Effectively, it's a gold a round. So
Yeah, roughly. So I'll just take 10.
okay, all right, 10 rounds.
All right, 10
And I'll
change
say
of
he'll
silver to
throw in
54 silver.
powder for it. And yeah.
I can't believe
Da-da-da-da.
All right, pleasure doing business with you. Is there anything else that you folk will need for your spelunking endeavors, or do any of the
right.
rest of you want to purchase
The
anything?
dynamite.
Dynamite?
Yes.
How much dynamite?
How much do you get?
That's a question you don't want the answer to.
Okay,
There's
how
only
much are
so
you willing
much
to
I'm
sell?
legally allowed to have, and I may or may not own more than I'm supposed to.
I have
How much
another
do you have?
compartment.
Okay, how much are you willing to sell? Is a better question.
I'm willing to sell a stick of dynamite. Hold on, I just want to check something here. This is the damage by up to a maximum of, and the base one is how much? 3d6. So 3d6 up to a maximum of 10, so you can only do, what, 7 more? So that's 8 in the bundle. So yeah, so he goes, I could sell you a bundle, which is 8 sticks.
For how much?
Hold on, dynamite cost 5.
Dynamite 5e.
The fuck? What?
It may or may not have a cost.
As per D&D Beyond, it has no cost. However,
How much
People
dynamite
have
costs these
figured
days?
out.
That means it's
well, I have
free.
a stick of dynamite I'm seeing a couple of things here. 50 gold sounds a little bit too much. I'll say, because they want to do 50 gold a stick. I think that's nuts. Let's call it 25 a stick, and for a bundle, let's oh
That would
god,
be 200 gold.
do 200 gold. So he'll be nice. He'll say 175.
175. Also, I
From
never got a response back. I said 350 for the rifles, right?
Yeah, he said he'd give you 350 for both of the rifles.
Deal.
About 350.
Okay, and I will use. And you said how much for the dynamite?
175 for the bundle.
So, literally taking. I'm just gonna add 175 to my gold and take the bundle
Okay.
because math.
Yep.
He's getting bombs and you guys don't cry about it.
Because Jarvis is semi-responsible.
I think,
Can you
say
yeah.
Blew off both of his limbs with magical explosions, so I think he's
I
learned
did.
his lesson about explosions.
I did not blow off
Not,
both of my
not
limbs.
one of them, right?
Technically, it got atomized through
It
experimentation.
disintegrated my
Never
limbs.
blew it off.
Oh,
Might as well have
Right.
disintegrated.
blown it off.
Oh, that's such a
Disintegrated.
huge
It's
difference.
different.
Oh wow.
Loaded.
Disintegration is bringing back such great memories.
I mean, hey, if you have enough explosives, you can disintegrate things.
I just asked the Japanese.
Oh my god.
Yeesh.
They know a thing or two about disintegration spells.
Yeah, you do, Dustin, don't you?
Thank you.
Oh, no.
This will be very good if we get caves ends or if I need to make a homemade explosive of higher potency.
It's great for causing cave-ins, dude.
I mainly plan on using it for clearing rubble.
This is
Well,
unfair.
good luck with that. Hopefully you know how to dial that in just right.
I have
Good
my
luck
fair
with the
share of
bombs.
explosives.
I understand rocks on a genetic level now, so should be able to find.
So yeah,
good
he can
places
help
to
me
put
figure
it.
out the best point. And all right, that seems about good. Probably could use. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. As Jarvis will stow those away in his bag.
All right, got everything everyone
Oh,
wants.
So we have enough climbing tools, right? Oh,
We have enough
I'm an
climbing
idiot.
gear for everyone.
I
yep.
also have my own climbing gear.
Do I? Well, I have an explorer's pack. So whatever's in.
Some of the packs I know that they do in fact come with like pythons and the hammers for said pythons,
Oh yeah,
but
this one
Yeah.
only. Oh, that's a Dungeoneer's one. This one only has the 50 feet of rope.
they don't come with harnesses. Yeah, as
No.
far as I know, none of the starter stuff comes with harnesses or the boot hooks or anything like
Curious,
that.
Walter, can you make harnesses?
I could, if you give me enough leather. And
How long?
metal to make a
How long?
bundle.
Do you know how long that would take you?
Probably a couple days.
We should get on
Days.
this now. Not all DIY for this shit.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, thank you for your patronage. Is there anything else we need?
Wait, he's supposed to thank us for our patronage. We don't thank him.
Oh yeah,
We're
wait.
the patrons.
Wait.
Yeah, but I also sold him.
you did. Yeah, so I guess in this case that could apply.
Yeah, okay. I
He
guess in
still
this
looks at
one
you weird
instance,
anyway.
it does
Yeah.
apply to you.
Yeah, he still looks at you kind of weird, but he just goes, right. So if nobody else is buying anything else, at least from that, he'll flip the switch again, and the wall will flip back.
Can I see the golden pip boy?
he does. He does not have a pimp boy.
He has the pimp boy to 3 billion.
Yeah, he does not have the pimp boy 3 billion. But he just goes, yeah. If you don't have anything else that you want to purchase, I'm going to kindly ask you to exit the premises
Yeah, let's get
and
the
leave
fuck out of
the
here.
lot to take a smoke break.
All right, thanks, Mick.
Thank you very much.
Just call him Mick.
Yes.
Hate it.
I mean, you're the one that started it.
I know. You know what? Yeah, he doesn't even. He just acknowledges you, almost as if that may or may not be his name, and he just goes, and he heads out the back door with like a cigarette in hand.
All right, let's go
Alrighty.
to the
Shopping
massive,
episode.
the massive hole.
Yeah, shopping him. It kind of works out though because um I
Not
didn't
all of us
have
are here.
well, there's that, and also I didn't have the opportunity with this laptop to fully prepare in the event of a combat, so kind of that we wasted some time here because the rest of it I could just do theater of the mind of you guys exploring that would lead up to the combat, and then I could call.
Let's go.
Big brain.
Big brain, yeah, big brain moves right there, and it is 10:14, so let's take a quick 10-minute break. Come back at 25 because I got to use the
A
bathroom.
quick cigarette break,
All
just
right.
like him.
Smoke break.
Just like him, smoke break, everybody, smoke break. Smoke your darts if you got them.
Smoke break.
You shouldn't, because it's bad for you. But if you do,
Smoking
go for it.
kills.
Smoking grills.
Smoking
You know,
grills.
Bean got back to me and he goes, "I swear I told you that I wouldn't be able to make it tonight because I'm driving back." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I distinctly remember last week he said, 'Hey Dylan, remember I won't be able to make it to the session because I'll be driving back. I know I put it somewhere.' And then we literally checked our DMs and everywhere else, and he put it nowhere. And he said, 'All right, well, at least I'm telling you now.' But because again he didn't put it in DMs, I forbore. And then,
Or core.
dude, I'm like, 'Where the fuck are you?' He's like, 'I'm literally driving back now, and because of all of the chicanery, I won't be home till 1 in the morning.' And I'm like, 'Oh yeah, you're definitely not making it, are you?'
Or core, what the hell?
It's a common theme with this D&D group. Look at Tom.
Look at me being here on time as always. It totally wasn't for a reason related to Dylan saying for gore.
For gore.
Level 4.
I'll go get a snack too. Screw it.
Is anyone here? Is it just me? It's just me.
No, I'm here too.
The new episode of
Lower Decks.
yeah, the season finale of that came out today. Invincible's season premiere is already up,
No.
and Gen V's season finale is today as well, which is already up.
Oh, that's right. That's like the high school version of The Boys, right?
University. But yes.
Yes. Which said that it's a really busy Thursday this week then.
Yeah. Balls.
I think I'm 3 episodes behind in Lower Decks.
Dude, the past, like, especially this episode, the season finale, it was so good.
This isn't like the end, right?
It's not the series finale, no.
Yeah, because like
Just the end of season 4?
yeah, I think it's 4. Because the show just keeps dragging me back in.
Have you watched Strange New Worlds yet?
No, that's with Christopher Pike, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't even like touched that yet.
It's so good.
I saw there was a crossover episode with Lower Decks.
Yeah, they even mention it in the first episode of.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait a second, there's a crossover. I didn't realize that's who plays Boimler.
Jack Quaid, yeah, he's in The Boys.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second, Huey.
Looking back on, was it season 3 when they got temp fee for The Boys? In retrospect, when you take temp fee, you kind of get what you hate.
Mm-hmm.
Because Butcher got a lot of Homelander's powers. Pretty much everything but flight. And Boimler, fuck me. Boimler. Huey got teleportation, which is essentially the ability to bail on any situation, which he talked about it with Starlight and his mom in season 2 when A-Train popped into their car and said, "What's up, shitbirds?"
Literally.
Roll Beyond.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, here I go killing again.
So when Center rolls a nat 1 on his blunderbuss, he kills himself, right?
So he's not proficient. The misfire score on them is a 1. So a 1 or a 2, he'll misfire because of the no proficiency. Will he kill himself? No. But I think that because he's not trained in it, while some people get very frustrated when it's like, oh no, you lose the weapon, or like, oh, you hit a friend with a natural 1. I mean, in this case, it kind of makes sense. He
It's a
doesn't know how to
fucking
fucking use it,
gun.
right? Yeah, he doesn't know how to use it, right? He thinks
That's-
point click. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, I've returned.
All right, good. Welcome back. What are we waiting on? Anton, you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Bombi, you here?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here too.
Dustin's here. Luke's here. Beck is here. Denge, you
Dust
here?
ass.
How dare.
We don't need Dengue.
Oh, Denge's not here. Damn.
He hasn't been here
You hate
for
to
a
see
week.
it.
Well,
I am here.
guess we can't play.
Hate to
Oh,
see it.
Denge is here. Hello.
All right,
Oh, he is?
Amorhen's
Oh,
here.
shit.
Yeah, he's been in for a bit. I guess
I didn't-
Amorhen's not here. We can continue, guys, now.
Ah, finally.
All right. So, you purchased everything that you needed, and I assume you're heading towards the breach.
The breach.
Into the breach.
Okay, so you head back. Doo-doo-doo-doo. You head on back. To right around over here as you pass by the entrance. And when you come down over by the Mindbender Temple, you see they still have a couple of goddamn it, Mindbender again, Mindforge. You see that they still have a bunch of guards stationed over yonder. And
The Mindbender was the world's largest indoor roller coaster with 3 loops until a few years ago.
I keep thinking it because of Destiny 2. It's like literally a location. I'm pretty sure when they did the Forsaken DLC, it was like the Temple of the Mindbender. It was like a strike or something
Sounds
like that.
mind blowing.
Yeah. One of the dwarves will turn around and just be like, halt, no entry permitted through this area. Had a bit of a collapse.
I'll show them the investigation pass. We're
Oh,
here on orders.
aye, all right, all right. He'll just kind of like quickly pass it to like one of the other guys that you think might be a supervisor, and the guy will look it over and he'll hand it back to you. Uh, you're free to head in. The tunnel branches off quite a bit. Seems to be heading in the direction of like the entrance, and then it veers off and drops down. We haven't explored much beyond that area because it branches off into quite a number of different pathways. But that's about all I can really tell you.
All right, well, we're going in.
All right, go ahead. I'll say now that
Thanks for
you're
the
like
info.
over here, you can sort of see past now. That it does look like some form of tunnel has been carved through, going deeper in.
I want to look at the wall, see what kind of method was used to make these tunnels. Was it pickaxe? Was it claws? Did something burrow? Was it magic?
Okay. Which one would that be? Probably investigation, right?
Investigation. Would this invoke the dwarven stone cunning? It does say
Plus it.
stone work.
Has particular years of stonework and considered necromancy. Sure. It says a history check, but investigation is also intelligence, right? So yeah, sure.
Dwarf rock. Oh. Let's see. Does this involve my? Yeah, this involves it. So yeah, I'll use my side quest to reroll that. There we go.
Okay. Getting down into like the nitty gritty of all of this and observing it, you notice a couple of things. Further down the tunnel, it definitely looks like something dug this. Not in the traditional sense, obviously, with like pickaxes and the like, but the closer area in and around where the wall was, and especially with the way how the walls sort of kind of like caved outward like that with all the debris and everything. You notice traces of, and while you're not like insanely familiar with it, uh, you notice this sort of residue that you would recognize from guns, sort of a black powder residue.
Huh. Black powder.
There's black powder on the.
On the walls.
So they fucking.
Blasted it with guns?
Yeah, they blasted it?
That can't be good.
Jarvis, dynamite uses black powder?
Well, typically, and if left alone for long periods of time, will result in nitroglycerin. Because there is a bit of nitroglycerin inside black powder, but only small amounts.
Okay.
Can I investigate as well?
What are you investigating?
The blast? Because you said there's black powder residue.
Yeah, it's black powder residue. Sure. You can make me investigation.
Like, did someone just throw any old explosive in here, or was it deliberately planted for a certain purpose, or all that kind of stuff?
As you begin sort of like as you begin sort of like piecing together these like little like hints and stuff that you're seeing within the sort of like debris around you, and in combination with the residue that seems to be sort of like around the walls in the immediate area of the entryway of this breach, you sort of like you have like a Dexter or like a Monk moment, and you're like, whoa, I see it. And then it all just kind of connects, and you think that they got to a certain point just before they knew where the wall was, but far enough back to where when they detonated the blast, it didn't make as much of a noise, but it did do the job required to push the wall outward, well, inward in this case, so that they could come into where they needed to go. But You're not sure if they use dynamite or if they just use straight black powder. But with how much residue there is, you think that they probably used black powder since dynamite is not as reliant on it. Yeah, it's just nitroglycerin. It's not there is no black powder. There's an alternative to black powder. So yeah, you think that it was
Yeah.
probably black powder used here and not dynamite.
Okay, so something of intelligence did this.
That is what it would seem like, yeah. The tunnel continues on and curves up.
All right.
Do I see
Anything else that can be discerned?
like any rats scurrying around?
Uh yeah, you see some little rats here and there. And with the 21 with the specific investigation over there, as you're sort of going through the debris, you find something, Jarvis. You find a small scrap of cloth.
I'll cast Speak with Animals to talk to the rats.
While he's doing that, I'm going to discern whether this is like cloth based in like, is this like clothes or is this like a casing that the black powder was in?
You have, was it Taylor's tools?
I can,
Yeah, make me a check with that. Um,
because all I need to do is just. Well, I technically have leather working, but no, it doesn't. That'd be no. But I can technically gain automatic proficiency by just using my what is it called again?
All purpose.
My all-purpose tool.
the,
What do you need me to do? What kind of check?
I believe Taylor's clothing, Taylor's tools, something like that.
I know, but what kind? Strength, Dex, Con, Int, Wiz, Charis.
Oh, where's the pin?
Is the pin in Wild West or is the pin in D&D?
It's
Hey,
in
damn
the
it.
FAQ.
It's in what?
FAQ.
Yeah, it's in the
FAQ.
FAQ.
Taylor's tools.
Unless
I mean,
that's not a
I see Weaver's tools for
That's
Dex.
it. Yeah, Weavers.
yeah, Weaver's tools. So yeah, Dex based.
13.
It's definitely clothing is about as much as you could tell. Beyond that, you're not really discerning too much else about it. There's also not any specific like prolific markings on it. It's just it's like this sort of ruddy red colored fabric.
Just red fabric.
Yeah. You think it could have been from like a tunic.
A Goro
Just because
tunic.
I'm so paranoid, I will go into my bag and pull out the dynamite and compare.
No. It's not
Yes,
the it's not
good.
the-
I'll kneel down to the rats.
All right, and one of the rats is just kind of like stop and look in your direction.
Excuse me, can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Do you know who comes through these tunnels? Who made these tunnels?
No, I don't know. They didn't used to be here, and then they were.
All right. Among your rat friends, has anyone seen dwarves in armor be taken through these tunnels at night?
The bearded guys. Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of creatures were taking them?
Green.
Green.
Oh, this is another one of those. Are they colorblind? I gotta make sure.
I don't think rats are colorblind.
No,
We're about to find out they're colorblind.
they're not.
Okay.
They can perceive.
Colors
Right.
rather like a human with red-green color blindness. Oh, so then can they not see red or
No,
green?
they can. They just can't really distinguish it. They
Oh.
Yeah.
kind of can, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
So then I guess he would say
It
whatever
probably,
the
it would
opposite.
probably so red green colorblind people see like some reds and some greens as brown usually.
Oh, okay, so he'll go brown.
Brown.
Yeah.
I'll kind of hold out my pitchfork's wooden shaft like this brown.
Sure.
Not very reassuring. Or was it closer to a red, like maroon brown?
Sure.
You don't know. Okay.
Hey, do you have any cheese?
Do I have any cheese? Not cheese specifically, but what I do have, and I'll take out one of my rations.
I'm fucking screaming internally right now.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm fine. I just know this character.
Oh, so you take out your ration?
Yeah, full ration.
Okay. He'll look at it, he'll sniff it, and he'll start like nibbling at it, and then he goes, "Hold on, I'll be right back." And he'll like grab it in his mouth like as best as he can so it doesn't like spill out or whatever, and then he just like scurries away. Like down into over here. Oh, hold on if it'll ping. What the fuck?
Are you on map layer or GM layer?
Pinginator has failed.
Oh, I'm on the reveal layer, that's why. Right over here. Which you could see from here where you are. Hold on. There seems to be a secondary breach.
Imagine that was like his
And
office here.
yeah, it seems like it.
It'd be funny if he just didn't come back out.
I'll give you yeah. And he heads into there. You kind of like lose sight of him, and about like a minute or so later, he'll come scurrying back out with something in his mouth, circular and shiny, and then he'll kind of like stop right in front of you, get up onto his hind legs, and sort of like try and like hand it to you with his mouth.
Right, I'll take it from him.
It's a ring.
Was this dropped by one of the brown people?
No,
No, just something you found.
a gift for a gift.
A gift for a gift. How kind.
And then he goes, the brown people went that way, and then he points with his nose over in. God damn it! Gotta switch the thing again. Pings over this way.
You think you could lead us? Because these tunnels they split multiple times. Do you think you could lead us at least until where you lost track of them?
Sure.
If you do it, there's another ration in it for you.
Yes.
maybe for something else.
Does anyone have any cheese?
Hey,
I got-
this.
I got beer.
You want beer?
Yeah.
He'll go, nah, okay.
What are you
All
doing
right,
over
well,
there?
I'm
don't
talking
knock
to
till we
the
try it.
What good is a rat
Anything
gonna do?
useful?
The dwarves were taken by green. No, not green. Fuck, he didn't say green. By
Brown people.
brown people. But I don't know if they can see all colors.
Well, Bjorn talked about orcs.
Orcs.
Jarvis.
Did the brown people have like these tusks things? Like teeth sticking out of their bottom lip?
They had pointy teeth.
Did they have 20 years?
You're not talking to the rat. You're not
Yeah,
talking
but
to the
you don't
rat.
speak rat.
Yes!
Jarvis will ask, "What are they asking about?" And then he will respond, "Ask them if they had pointy ears."
They had pointy teeth. Did they have pointy ears?
Yeah.
Were they the same height as the bearded men or taller?
A little bit smaller.
Or it could be gobos.
It might have been a goblin. What's a brown goblin?
Mind Goblin. It was the
Some
Mind
goblins are
Goblin.
brown.
A mind goblin.
Mind Goblin.
Mind goblin, these nuts!
I love that.
How could you do that to him?
I had to do it to him.
Had
Just
to.
like incinerates instantly.
Everyone spontaneously combusts.
The oh my god, you attacking the rat?
No.
Oh, okay. He'll continue to like stay on his hind legs, and he like looks at you, kind of like holding the paws like in front of him downwards, and he goes, "Yeah, I could show you the brown guys.
What is it?
You
What is it saying?
You can show us the way they went.
You gonna ask how far they are?
Oh, we're gonna follow a rat? I love it.
How far away are they?
We're placing our fate in the hands of a rat.
he like seems to be thinking about that, and then he shrugs his shoulders.
Oh, I guess rats don't really have a huge concept of distance. Does anyone have like anything that a rat might like cheese?
We got a little jerky or something.
I gave him a ration.
All right, you gave him a whole ration?
A
Holy
whole
shit.
ration. That's gonna feed him for a week.
Can that thing really eat him?
Yeah. I think he's good. How about this?
Let me offer. Give him a gold coin. Maybe he likes shiny things.
Oh, he gave me a shiny thing. He gave me this ring, which
Ah,
might
crap.
be magical. I have the magic wand of magic detection, so I'll use a charge on it to see if the ring is magic.
The ring is magic, and you're getting
Holy shit.
a very
Whoa.
faint sense of magic from the rat.
Let's
Whoa.
go!
Like a transmutation
Hold on.
the rat?
I don't know if the wand defines what type of magic, like what school.
I cast detect magic with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you do.
Were you always a rat?
For as long as I can remember.
Because there's like some magic on you. Transmutation magic. Were you ever transformed at some time? Were you ever not a rat?
He shrugs again and he just goes, as far as I know, I've always been a rat.
You mind if I ask something?
You're gonna cast transmutilation on him.
That is
do-
not
I
my
do
skill
Mutilation.
set,
know.
man. I'm assuming that our ally here has been repeating everything that's being said.
Not really.
Oh,
Having a
I'm having
private
a
conversation.
conversation.
He's
It
just
would
a
be
vessel.
rude.
Yeah, he's speaking to the rat.
He's speaking
speaking-
rat.
Speaking rat.
cheap.
Yeah, he's not speaking English. He's speaking rat.
He's just like
But yeah, he
tittering.
would have. He would have said. As far as he knows, he's always been a rat. And the only other thing that he knows is his name is Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay.
Jimmy the Rat.
All right, everyone,
Really?
this is Jimmy.
Oh, hi, Jimmy.
He's gonna lead us to where the brown goblins went.
Good to meet you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'll lead
you
you.
understood him?
No,
No, you just said that he
he
was going to
just said
lead
that
you.
he's Jimmy.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
thought he was saying yeah to Ed.
No, he was saying yeah to you.
Okay. All right. I guess let's start going, Jimmy. Lead the way.
Okay. He gets down on all fours and starts skittering down the tunnel.
Oh, there we go.
We're really following a rat. Does no one else find this weird?
Oh, this is incredibly fucking
Walter
weird.
was speaking rat for 10 minutes.
Walter had
That's
an
also
intense
equally weird.
rat-related conversation.
No, I've been speaking common. It's just I can understand the rat.
He
And
does
the rat
Oh
talk
can
yeah, that
rat.
is
understand me.
true. So it's very one-sided.
Yep.
Oh, I do have a rat token.
Let's go, little rat boy. Well, yeah, that's the rat.
What the fuck? Why is that there? You're in.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's
Spoilers?
the rat. All right. No, that's not spoilers. It's
He is
fucking
the
Harbinger from Mass
harbinger of our
Effect.
demise.
And he'll head into he'll head around the bend. Hold on.
I feel like I could see more than what I'm seeing. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. And you notice when he stops in this room, he stops and he looks at the wall right over here. Despite what is on the map, which actually I'm not sure what that is on the map. Let me zoom in real quick. Is it just a pile of junk? It looks like a pile of junk.
That looks like a mirror. That's a
It's like
club
some
of some
valuable.
kind.
Yeah,
Looks like
so
shinies.
instead of like a pile of shinies, there's like a pile of bones, and rising from it is like a wooden stick that has basically like a banner on it. Like it's adorned with a banner. Um, and Ed, this
Hmm.
banner would look very familiar to you.
Oh, here we go.
Ed lore.
I was about to say the same thing.
Oh, shit.
Life has many
What's up,
doors,
big
Ed
man?
boy.
Let's just keep going.
Ed?
You okay there?
Come on, speaker man. What's up?
I recognize that banner.
And what does said banner mean?
Yeah.
That's the group that may or may not have killed the rest of my herd.
Well, looks like we're gonna kill some
Oh,
people.
fuck.
no.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean a bunch of goblins killed your herd?
No, they were orcs. I don't know
I
Maybe
what,
they got done in. Maybe
I don't know what
very
Gabos got
confused
to do
now.
with it.
Orcs in league with
And I would say you would remember that there was more than just orcs in that tribe.
Hmm.
That they did have some little gobble grunts that they would kick around.
Yeah, it was an orc leader, but there were some Gabos in there.
Ew.
hummus.
So this became personal.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's.
Yeah. Well,
I don't remember if I gave you a name for these guys or not. Was it something like Azrog's Fang or something like that?
That is not familiar, so no. Well, we can go with that.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. I'll figure it out. But yeah.
Maybe they perished. Maybe that's why it's all messed up and broken here.
Well, I couldn't find anyone. That's the thing. I went back to what I thought was the place where we got attacked, and I didn't see anybody. So
well,
maybe they know a
this
thing or two.
is definitely a troublesome thing.
A little bit.
Is there anything you would like to do to them?
Is there anything you would like to do to them?
Yeah, where to start?
What manner of
Put it
warcraft
out.
would you like to commit?
How hard are we gonna hang them
Ed,
upside
there's
down?
no Geneva Convention yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
As of current, it's Geneva suggestions.
Geneva suggestions.
Or the Geneva checklist.
Checklist.
That's what it really is.
well, been too long for me to want to take revenge or something, but I'd still like to know what happened to the herd.
Alright, so don't show mercy. Maybe take a few alive so we can question them.
Yeah, I just don't know what we're gonna run into, because if they got reckoned over here, then I don't know.
This is gonna be fucking interesting. As I basically start about unstrapping my gun.
The Speak with Animals is up for how long?
10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, Jimmy would say, yeah, the brown guys use that to mark their turf.
Mark their what?
Turf.
Jimmy said it marks the people mark their turf with that.
Ah,
So that's not a grave of, well, I guess it is a grave.
no,
Of sorts.
this is not.
But it's not their grave. It's kind of like an effigy.
Well, we're in their territory now.
Spooky, scary. Could I take this? Could I take this as a sign to load the blunderbuss? Just cause.
Sure,
I
why not?
swear to God.
It's gonna walk around with
Do
a
I need-
loaded gun.
Do I need to know how to load it though?
Someone should probably do that for you.
You could it's easy enough mechanically to figure that out. I don't think you need the proficiency to know how to load it.
And for me, it's probably just gonna be one shot, and then I can't use it outside of, like inside of battle.
Well, because it
I
would be
don't-
an action to reload it each time.
Yeah. I'm gonna load the blunderbuss.
Very good. Sorry, I'm trying to check my thing if I ever gave a name for the tribe. We'll say I want to be stupid, but I also don't. Fuck it. This orc tribe is known as the Spleen Eaters.
Fucking based.
Crap. I was yawning when you said that.
The fucking. It's the spleen eaters.
There's a very crude depiction on the banner of what looks like a really big orc face with, like, sharp, gnarled teeth, and then the big tusks coming out, and just this massive red lump that you can only assume is supposed to be the spleen, sort of getting like squished by the teeth from like the top and bottom sets, and it almost looks like the way that they made the spleen was just by taking like a hunk of viscera and splattering it right around where the spleen should go on the banner, and the rest of it was like crudely drawn with some form of like finger paint.
What does
That's
the
about right.
spleen even do?
What does
Like-
a spleen even
Like
do?
above table.
You know, it spleens around. Does
It's
spleen
one of the
things.
blood filtering, kind of like the kidney.
Can I
Your nose is
live
bleeding
without
again.
my spleen?
You don't actually need your spleen.
Oh,
Just spleening around, doing spleen things.
You could always
Alright.
de-spleen.
Jimmy will head
Oh,
down
that's
this
where
way.
the spleen is. Okay, it's in the left ribs.
We out helming the anti-spleen movement.
You just start removing your spleens from your bodies.
Yeah, we remove spleens
Oh,
pro bono.
no. We're anti-spleen now.
Jimmy will look towards you, Walter, and go, "Come on, it's this way."
All right, lead the way, Jimmy.
All right, he leads you down into this little like nub down here, and you see there's a hole in the ground. It looks about like people with. Actually,
Hold
no.
on.
But
Can I check the ground for tracks?
sure,
Like
make a
who's-
survival check.
It's stone.
Yeah, but people can still make tracks in stone. Whether
That's
it be
true.
just dirt, mud, or blood.
There's also excavating going on of some sort in this area to carve the cave. So
There could be even dust footprints from the debris, yeah.
yeah, you could be the god whose portfolio is dust mites. You never know. Hey, damn, 21. It takes you a bit, but you do eventually find they're kind of hard to spot at first. They're kind of under like a how to say it. They're under like a layer of like very loose like sediment-esque dust, but you do see on the stone floors a single set, well, half a set of what seem to be goblinoid-sized feet.
Alright.
Oh, we got little feet.
You're unsure as to whether or not the owner of said feet, well, foot in this case, simply only has the 1 foot, or stepped in something and idiotically left a trail.
I put my money on idiotically left a trail.
But yeah, and you'd get to this hole down at the end over here by Jimmy, and it's actually, I'd say it's bigger because Ed's pretty broad shouldered, right?
Sure.
Because I mean, like I don't picture him as a fat guy, but I definitely picture him as like a wider sort of like
No, he's
muscular
like-
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. So you could easily squeeze down. Actually, you wouldn't even have to squeeze to go down through this hole, but it seems to sort of go down on an angle into darkness. And Jimmy just kind of gives you like one last look back, and he's like, "Come on!" And then he just dives into it, and you hear the sound of like sliding for a while until eventually there's a soft little thump, and then
fuck.
you hear very faintly, "Down here."
Do we want to do the rope now?
Yeah, let's set up a rope at the top of this.
Yeah.
100.
Sounds like a good idea.
Maybe. Let's start with a 50-foot hemp.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. I'll stay on top to hold on to it.
Let's add a
Alright.
python in up here too, so it's there for when we come back.
Okay.
Or piton.
You don't.
Piton.
I'll see going forward at this point. We're going into theater of the mind, so I'm going to try my best.
Eater of
So-
Someone
Someone
didn't
homework.
do their homework.
Leave me alone, all right? This
It's
laptop's
just
not great. Alrighty, so you're climbing down the rope.
Guys, do you want me to send my dudes down there beforehand?
I mean, we're already in the process of going.
I
It's
will
a
say that
little
at the
late for
beginning
that now.
descending down. I'm just saying it'd be better.
Right,
That'd
Jimmy's
be
fine,
helpful.
Manny. Jimmy's fine.
Jimmy's a rat.
Yeah, he's fine.
I'll be the last to go down.
Okay.
I'll be second to last.
Alrighty, so
I will send Pip and Helfring down.
alrighty. So since Walter, I'm assuming, is going first. Walter, you start going down, and at first it feels like a gradual incline, and then it becomes quite steep. So it's like a gradual incline for about 10 feet, quite steep for about 30, and then just as you're sort of nearing the end of your rope, you pop out, and you find yourself with like the last 5 feet, give or take, dangling, and about 10 feet below you opens out into this much bigger cavern.
Rope's about 10 feet short.
Ah, shit. All right.
I hold out some of my rope. Tie
How
it
many
off.
people are already? Are people who are sliding like holding onto the rope?
It's just Walter right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just Walter was the one that went through.
Okay,
So
I'll just tie it to myself because I'm like
okay.
four times as heavy as Walter's.
I did gain
I
weight
will.
when I died. I'm 121 pounds.
Oh, I'm 440 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll just like hold on to one end. I'll tie the other end of the rope, like the next 50 feet. Maybe we could
Okay.
use the fucking paracord, the good stuff.
I feel like we should save the paracord for like something that's a bit
That's
more
why I'm
dangerous than
offering my
this.
rope.
Okay. We might have to climb up from here though.
Paracord is pretty awesome.
I'm gonna say at the end of it, you could very easily it's just a 10-foot drop to the floor, so you could
Okay, yeah.
just
I guess I'll just drop down.
yeah. Make a
Dex save.
athletics check.
Athletics check. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no, yeah, acrobatics. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
My bad. My bad.
Those are
Okay.
not very good rolls.
You land on your bum.
Ow.
You don't take any damage.
My tailbone.
Well, it's a good
Yeah.
thing
And you
nothing
see
will
a little bit away from you. Jimmy's just kind of like perched on a rock, looking in your direction. He's back on his hind legs again, and he just goes,
Come on.
"You made it. Now we gotta wait for everyone else."
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Rope is in. After you, Jardo.
I'll take a look.
I'll grab it tight, kind of like wrap it around my wrist, and just kind of slide down.
Okay.
I'll look around the cave while they're all coming down.
uh, kind of opens up into this big, say from like where you are. You have the goggles, right?
No, I have 60 feet of dark vision.
All right. Yeah, you have 60 feet
He's a
dark vision.
dwarf now.
So.
I will also, as I'm climbing down, I have made a light just start glowing on my left hand.
Okay.
just so we have a general sight. It's not like the light spell. It's more like a little bit less than a torchlight.
A little reading
Okay.
light.
So easily enough, Jarvis would be like the next one to come down behind you, and Walter, you would notice before he came with the light, was 60 feet, about around like 50 feet ahead of you. It seems like there's like a little bit of a drop off point, and that the cavern continues downward. You're not sure if it's just like a sheer drop, and you can't quite see the ceiling, but the ceiling's not like incredibly high. You just like you can't make out the finer details of it, but there do seem to be stalactites.
Stalactites are on the
Uh,
top, stalagmites are on the ground.
yeah, stalactites up there, and there are some stalagmites on the floor. And yeah, it's all you really take notice of as of right now. It does seem particularly large, though, like around like the sort of like elevated area that you're on. It's probably about like mm, like a good from like where you're standing. There's a good like 20 feet to each side of you before like the cave wall.
Okay. I'll talk to Jimmy and see which way from here they go.
Well, we're gonna have to go down uh, until we get to the pool,
Pool.
and then yeah, there's a pool of water. Then there's another tunnel. And there's a lot of tunnels. A lot of them go back into themselves. And somehow you always wind up back right at the pool,
But you know
unless you
which
know where you're
one.
going.
But you know which one to go down, right?
Yeah, I know.
Right. I guess I'll give him a little head pat.
He kind of like does that thing where like he nudges his head into your hand. He seems to like it. And Ed, you said you were going last, so who's going? Who's going after Jarvis going down the tunnel?
I think Jarvis said second to last.
Oh, Jarvis is second to last. Okay,
Yeah, it's the
so
other people.
I'll just say Center and Marcus and Mary. Excuse me. Easily make the climb down, and then Jarvis, and then you, Ed.
Yep.
You guys all come out into this canyon cavern. Jeez. And I would say
Canyon,
that
yeah.
probably just before the next person came down, that Halfreen, Zeus, and Pip, the three
I can leave.
musketeers.
Zeus can stay up top.
Oh, okay.
Halfreen and Pip would have came down.
Okay. So Halfreen and Pip will have come down, the dynamic duo. And yeah, and you find yourselves in this big cavern. And I don't think any of you have like anything more than the 60 feet of dark vision.
I just posted. I have 120.
Oh, you have 120. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
If
see this place.
someone with dark vision puts on the night vision goggles, they can see further.
Oh,
Up to 120 because it doubles.
oh, that's good to know.
Does that mean mine would double?
Yours would increase by another 60 feet.
I didn't know it stacked like that.
It's one of the few things that it does stack. It only adds an additional 60 feet. So for Ed, it'd be 200 and...
Would it be 240 or 180?
Holy
It'd be
shit!
180.
That's
So I
Yeah,
can't
it'd be
manage.
180. It's nuts though, because I think the one that would be able to see the furthest with it is a Gloomstalker Ranger, because by the time they get to like 17th level, their dark vision is like just shy of 300. So if they slap that on, they'd probably be able to see exactly 300 or more,
All in monochrome.
all in monogram. But Yeah. So you you know what's really weird about that though is that if you are totem barbarian and you pick
Goes on.
the eyes of the
Okay.
eagle, what? What?
I have no idea what he said.
Yeah, I don't know what he said.
Okay. So I'll just say this, Ed. You see as this place opens out more, and as it like drops off, it kind of like tears down, uh, like rice terraces, you know. Except
Oh,
there's
okay.
like little there's like these little pools of, and you start to get this like smell of like sulfury water, and there's like little pools here and there, and a
Oh,
little bit of steam arising from them,
I hate that shit.
and
Like a little hot spring in here.
yeah, and they all seem to like sort of like run off of each other in like these tiny little like streaming like waterfalls, uh, until eventually it all just cascades down into this one bigger pool, and you do see uh, another cave entrance, tunnel entrance, sorry, that sort of like goes off
Sorry
to
about
the
that.
left side. It's all good.
My dad has one of those portable things to help start up a car and charge stuff. It has an air pump on it that's been going off the fritz recently.
Oh, just
So
like
so often. So yeah,
He needs the great
so
Anton for
often.
the help.
wait, what'd you say, Dustin?
I say he needed the great Anton for his help.
Literally.
Alrighty. But yeah, and you'd see that tunnel, and
Oh,
the little pools.
well, that's kind of pretty. There's a tunnel all the way down there.
Yeah, Jimmy says a lot of the tunnels down there loop back on themselves, but he knows which one will go the way we were looking for.
Jimmy has not led us astray.
He hasn't really had much opportunity to lead us astray, but I trust Jimmy.
Yeah, we gave
Without an
Jimmy
insight check.
food for the rest of his life.
He is the most
Hello.
trustworthy rat. Voted most trustworthy rat 9 years in a row by Trustworthy Rat Incorporated.
9 out of 10 dentists recommend this rat.
It's great because you're going to be so disappointed when the rat doesn't betray you, and you're going to be like, "Wait, Dylan, I thought that this was an obvious setup," and then I'll be like, "Haha, that's what I wanted
Ah,
to do."
And then
all the
and then
reviews.
now
The
that
reviews
you
about this
planted
rat were
that
true.
seed, it's like, oh, he's not actually going to betray us. He is going to betray us.
Oh, who
But
knows? Who
because you
knows?
know
Oh,
that we know that
it's a
that
setup
you
of a
know that
setup.
he knows.
How did you know? They were both poisoned.
My sister's boyfriend's roommate's nephew's cousin. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
Makes that one a rat, though.
But Jimmy, once all of you have like gathered, you'd see Jimmy sort of like run to the edge, and you notice that there's like this little it almost seems like an earthenware like sort of like piece of like dish, like a bowl or some sort, and he just starts like nudging it towards one of the nearest pools, and when it like plops down in, he then starts to like positions himself towards the edge, and then he jumps into it, and it sinks down just a little bit, and you watch him get like a little bit wet, and then he sticks his tail over the edge, and he starts like slapping it and heading in the direction of the tiny little waterfall, and he goes, "Come on, this way."
In a raw hot spring, that's near boiling.
We could carry you. I'll just.
You tell me it doesn't sound
I
fun?
guess like his tail is completely like all the nerves in it are frayed from being fucking burned.
I'll grab Jimbo and I'll just
All right, you
put
grab
him on my shoulder.
you grab him out of the bowl, and he goes, "Aw, I
What
wanted
did
to
he?
go for a ride."
What did he say?
He's sad that he doesn't get to go on a ride.
Oh, all right. Well, if he wants to, then I ain't gonna
You must be this tall.
spoil the fun.
Ed, sorry he spoiled your fun. You can go back now.
I'll stay.
All right.
He says he'll stay.
Okay. You get to ride. You get to ride on my shoulder, Jimbo.
I'll
hear, like,
quickly stick a finger in the
couple-
water just to test how hot it is.
It is very much like jacuzzi hot,
Okay,
but
so
like a
it's not as
properly,
hot as raw hot spring water.
it's not like scalding, but
Okay.
it's hot.
But it's like not quite like the Russian bathhouse hot.
Yeah, no, it seems to have like a nice sort of medium.
You don't want to be in this for long in clothes, but under the right circumstances, this could be quite nice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hike to take a bath here.
Yeah, try to keep your weapons out of the water. It's there's a lot of minerals in it, and it will corrode the metal.
Hear
Oh
that,
no.
Center?
Bad day to have a gun.
Yeah. Don't drop it. Well,
Wait, is it acidic?
never drop it. But
It's not acidic. It's just
Well,
standard
you don't gotta
corrosion.
tell me twice. I'll make sure I don't
It'll
drop it.
accelerate it because it'll start to rust and stuff a bit quicker.
I didn't know water was evil.
I should tell him about the burning water.
Burning water.
or the petrified water.
That sounds like that shouldn't be
He was
possible.
there for it.
Yeah, that was evil
He
water.
was used there for the water of petrification.
You even saw it get used on the Vero.
Like I said, I need to introduce him to burning water.
I need to introduce him to fire
Yeah,
water.
just saying burning water means nothing to us when we don't know what that is.
It could be
It's
Everclear.
acid.
It could be lanterns.
Lanterns are burning water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're burning
science.
something. As far as I know, they could be burning water.
Could be.
I'll just get my stuff up in my pack and then kind of take my pack off and lift it up above my head.
Okay.
Oh, do you have to wade through the pools?
You don't. But it will be a little precarious trying to like climb down. If you were like stepping on the sort of like, I don't know how to describe it other than like the earth bowl that holds the water in for each like respective.
Oh, you mean like the lip of each terrace?
The mineral,
Yeah.
the mineral pools.
Yeah, the mineral pool. Yeah, basically, like it's thin. It doesn't look like it would like immediately crumble away, but then again, you're not really sure.
Oh, so how deep is each of these like terrace pools?
That kind of water tends to be clearer, right? They're not incredibly deep.
Okay, I'll just
Couple feet. I'll say like 2-3 feet.
okay. That's fine.
So quite a ways on Walter.
Yes, for vertically challenged people, yes.
Walter can get on my shoulders,
Vertically challenged.
Yeah, I'll get on Ed's shoulders.
and then you can take
I'll
Jimmy.
take Jimmy's on my shoulders, and then
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
climb onto Ed's shoulders, and then Jimmy kind of like skitters up your back, and then like rests on your left shoulder, Walter, and he's just kind of perched there, and he's like, "Come on."
All right, here we
If
go.
at that point it would start wearing off. I think the spell would have worn off by that point.
Jimmy, the spell's starting to wear off. I'm not going to be able to understand you for much longer, but if you really needed to tell us something, just give me a sign and I'll recast it.
Okay. And I'll say you guys begin making your way down.
Yeah.
And at some point or another, like maybe like you get a little bit of uneven footing, and there's like a little bit of like a rock and a splash, and then Jimmy, no longer do you hear in your native tongue. You simply just hear little eeps and cheeps like all the others had been this entire time. And you guys make your way down. It's not too precarious. I say it takes you the better part of like a half hour just to sort of be careful that you'd notice as you went down each tier until basically just before the pool, that the water is getting cooler.
Further from the source.
Well, where would the source be?
Probably back
Don't know.
up at the top, but under through some seam in the stone.
Huh.
Probably.
Does it make sense that it's getting colder if we're going to the source? Does that mean we're getting
No,
farther
we're
away?
getting further from the source.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And how high is each terrace? Like, is it a drop each time?
It's a little bit of a drop. I would say if you were like walking along the edges and not in the water, it's only about like a same thing, like a 2 to 3 foot drop between each one.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. But if you were to drop like into the water each time, then yeah, that would be a little bit more obviously closer to like a 5 or 6 foot drop. But yeah, you guys do eventually, with not any real difficulty, make it down to the bottom here, and you find yourselves sort of on like the one bank of this pool here, and like on the other side you can see that tunnel.
All right. What is this the one Jimmy said? Is Jimmy pointing?
Well, let's sit Jimmy back down.
Alrighty, you set Jimmy back down, and he skitters on over to the edge of the tunnel, and then he begins just sort of like making a bunch of eeps, cheeps, and little squeaks, and then he stops, realizes that you probably can't understand him anymore, kind of has like a like oof moment, and then he just kind of like makes one little cheep and then turns around and slowly starts kind of running down the hallway, but stopping every so often to look back over his shoulder.
To make sure we're following. Okay. This way, guys.
All right, here we go.
Alrighty.
He just gave us a massive lore dump on stuff we really should know, but we didn't understand.
Yeah.
As you head into the maze of caves that Bjorn had told you about, with all these switchbacks and the previous party that actually up until this point you have not encountered. So you think that the exploration team might
Have
still be in the
expired?
area?
Oh shit.
You're not sure. But with an investigation to conclude, a newfound little rat friend, and all the thingies, I think that's a good spot to call it, because
All right.
yeah,
Things
tune
are
in next
in
week
motion.
for when I fucking kill you all.
Yep.
You can't do that, otherwise there's no game.
Jimmy
You know
actually
you rely
turns
on
out
us.
to be an elder evil.
Yeah, he's actually the final boss in Wild West.
Who? James Rodent? Yeah.
Yeah, man, James Roden was in fact the BBEG all along. But yeah, thank you for attending. Let's see, let's look at the little schedule for the thingy here.
Yeah, the thingy. We didn't agree on anything yet.
Right. So as it stands, there will be a session next week. The 16th there will be no session because I'm hunting, and the
It is also my
23rd.
birthday.
Oh, well, happy early birthday!
Oh man,
And
that's
the
awesome. That's like the extra reason not to celebrate.
Wow.
Sorry, it's a joke.
Damn,
You
Sorry.
phrased that
damn.
in the wrong
Holy,
way.
owned.
and
I'm
the
sure you
20.
did not mean it the way it came out.
I did not. I did not mean it that way. I swear.
Yeah, that was a bit violent there, mate. And the 23rd is Thanksgiving. So yeah, so the 16th and the 23rd we will not have sessions. Um, so I do want to do that thing that we talked about, Luke.
Yeah, should be spoilers for everyone else?
Um,
Is it the next Arena of Power?
no. If you're okay with it, I'm not going to give them too much. Just give them like a rough idea,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially, I want to do little fun Ed one shot that delves into his backstory.
Ooh.
And what I will tell you is this is the most of the spoiler that you get. There will be some form of Feywild shenanigans. So make it,
Shenanigans.
yeah. So those of you that wish to participate, you would make a character with that in mind. You can be a denizen of the Feywild. Or you could be just some other random character that found themselves there for one reason or another. And when we have an idea of like what day we're going to do it, instead of doing regular Wild West, we'll do that, and that'll be about like a 2 or 3 session little thing. And yeah,
Fun side story and buys time for Matt to get back.
Oh,
that is
That
true.
sounds
The
pretty
time
awesome.
also part of
approacheth.
the reason why I want to do it. Yeah. So,
Nice.
but yeah, so I'll do is I'll give a little bit more of a comprehensive sort of thing for it, and I'll end up posting that probably like Thursday night next week after the session's over. And then like I'll get a head count of those of you that are gonna sign up for it. I think I'll still do it in this room. I'm not gonna do it in a different room. Uh Give you guys the sheets, and then you'll have basically the week of the 16th and the 23rd to work on it. I'm not sure. Do you want to do the 30th, Luke, or do you want to wait?
30th. Let's see what my Google Calendar has to say about that.
Or wait, no. Or were we talking about doing it a different day, right? You said you wanted to do
It could be a different day of the week, yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
30th would certainly work for me, as far as I know, but yes, we could do a different date that is earlier. We could put out a poll like in the text channel to see if people are available.
yeah. So yeah, because I'm fine with running more than one thing in a week. That's not the issue. But like if those of you that are interested, if you weren't able to do a different day, then we'd probably have to just do it on a Thursday. So we would just be on hold for 3 weeks. If not, but I mean, like, I'm fine with that. So, but I'll figure it out. I'll give you guys a more solid thing, and Luke, I'll hit you up.
Okay.
You know,
Fucking figure it out.
you fucking figure it out.
I already
Should have a
a
dart.
great character idea for it so far.
Good. Yeah, they should be Ed tier goofy.
Yeah. Yes.
I think you'll really like my character, Luke.
Good.
But yeah, and that's it for tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
And yeah,
All
I know
right.
it ended up being more of a shopping session again. I'm sorry, but
Totally fine.
It was fun
Totally
though. It was
fine.
It
awesome.
was fun shopping. We
yeah,
made
Character
bad
got a brand
decisions.
new- My character got a brand new bad decision with him.
And we got some
We were-
minor Ed lore.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got some
soon to be Major Edlore.
yes, soon to be
Yeah.
major.
He's gonna be an awesome edge lord.
Boo.
I mean, he was a secret edgelord the whole time,
Aw.
Yeah, he's into Infernal Core.
and the only person he talked to that about was Lane.
That's right, Infernal Core.
He's a mosher, dude.
can't imagine what the mosh pits are like.
Death metal, but for fiends.
Exactly.
It's metal that actually kills you.
Yeah, it's like Metalocalypse.
Metal kills you. And, like,
Welcome to the blackest black times infinity.
they're not mosh pits. It turns into like inferno pits. You just see like blazes in the crowds just appearing at some point.
Mm-hmm.
People
Like
dying left and right.
literal whirlwinds of fire.
Sometimes you get unlucky. You get sent straight to Avernus in the middle of the concert, and you're stuck there.
He's like, I came all the way to Nessus for this, and now I'm in Avernus fighting in the Blood War. I can't believe it.
I just wanted to listen to some music, dude. Now I'm signed my soul away to Zarya. What the fuck is this?
Should have never
I just
smoked that
wanted to hear
shit.
my favorite freaking infernal core singer.
Yeah, what's the name of your
Crap,
favorite
now I'm
Infernal
freaking in
singer?
Brazil.
See, what's that? What are some band names? I think I posted a bunch of random Infernal Core and Abyssal Core tracks somewhere in like the music channel months ago.
Oh, stuff that would be basically the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we haven't had music recommendations.
Oh, we haven't had music. Oh, we have not done music days in a long time. I could start doing that again. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, all these ones like Feld Plume and Beyond the Realm of God.
Oh, that sounds right. Those songs sound right.
Yeah. It does say Infernal Core. Okay, let's call it Abyss Gaze, Patricide, Feet Black Harrison, Prison Constraint, Bringing Light and Replenishments, and 93. Okay.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, those are good ones.
And then what is it for the Infernal Core? Feld Plume, Null, Inner Controller, Lucid Running Home, Beyond the Realms of God, and Glass Shards.
Oh yeah, Worm Rot. There's a good Infernal Core band name.
Worm Rock.
Worm Rot.
The Worm Rot.
Oh, Worm Rot. Whoops. How could I be such a fool?
Yeah, you fool.
I mean, you do have brain rot, so.
Does
Hey-o.
retrograde brain
Oh,
rot.
brain rot. How could you? This is insanity. I did enjoy the shopping session though. It was sort of awesome.
It totally won't lead to
I got
any
Dynamite.
horrific consequences in the end.
There's no way.
Exactly. Of course not. It only leads to good things, you know.
Having consequences?
Yeah,
Couldn't.
you know, like couldn't lead to a certain misfire on
Unforeseen
accident to making like exactly unforeseen. Just not gonna happen.
Can't.
When are
not
you gonna
possible.
encounter the G-Man?
The G.
The G-Man.
Was that
The
the
creepy
Half-Life
business
guy?
guy from Half-Life.
Oh,
I don't know.
who's to say he's even real?
Look, Mick definitely wasn't a Vietnam veteran.
That's why I was like, yeah, you got that from the future. This guy. It's like, well, I invented nylon. All right,
Did
buddy.
not make it. He bought it himself.
Yeah,
He was like,
definitely
now look at this. A shoelace. Ooh.
Not just a shoelace, an aglet.
Oh.
Complete with aglet. What's that?
It makes your shoelace not fray.
What?
Spontaneously combusts. My head explodes.
I can get.
All right. Until next time, my friends.